I've coming to you live from Shaftesbury. Right up. I feel like I've got an eyelash on my top lip. It's really annoying. We're live from Shaftesbury right after the afternoon carnival at 15:44 p.m. on the 27th of September. Yeah, I keep thinking it's October.
Do you remember the 27th of September?
Anyway, greetings everyone. How are we all? Welcome to the show. We have a show today, this afternoon per se. Those are boxes. Now is a good time for ads. True. Yes, Caradol came in with a stack of motherboards and was just like, "I've brought you stuff to review because these are boards that I was ordering for other projects." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, nice." So yeah. We figured we'd have a quick nosy because there's some cool stuff in there, and it's just like I guess I'm going to do well. The problem, am I going to do an individual video for each one of these? I mean, I guess I could and just space them out.
I would definitely do an individual one for this one.
For the Tachyon, yeah.
Just because Tachyons are reasonably hard to get hold of.
Oh, interesting. Did you have difficulty getting hold of this one?
Only in as much as this is the only one of two I've seen for sale.
Interesting.
Globally.
Okay, yeah. Did you just get lucky and spot it in stock and be like, "I'm buying it," or something?
Basically. It just appeared in stock on Amazon Germany. I was just like, okay.
Huh. Very well. So yes. Okay. Let's see. Fatherboards. Yeah, where are the fatherboards? What is this anti-male rhetoric? There's a joke in there somewhere. Can someone please tell me if the ROG Strix X870F Mobo is good? I haven't looked at that one specifically, but generally speaking, the Strix is always a good board. However, I have a suspicion it's probably a little bit overpriced at the moment because Asus in general are just a bit overpriced at the moment. I have generally found that the equivalent MSI or the equivalent Gigabyte will offer you basically the same functionality for just less money at the moment. Hell, ASRock have got decent boards out right now. ASRock are very much a brand to take seriously these days. So yeah, while I think the Strix is probably a half decent board, let's look it up actually. Let's actually do the thing.
In answer to your question, it's £360 off of Amazon.
360. Okay, so hold on a sec. I'm going to look that up. So ROG Strix X870. That's
Dash.
the A. Yeah, where's the F? Thanks, Amazon search. Okay, 360. All right, let's have a quick gander. So there's that. Then also, if we want to decide if something is good price or not, we've got to be like, okay, what else could we buy?
How much? What the B650E straight below for 173.
Oh, sure, that's yeah, fair enough. I was going to compare it to another X870, but that's a valid comparison.
Well, it was just because it was right there. I was just like, there we go, click on that one.
Yeah, right, that's the Eagle. Let's have a look at the Tomahawk. And where's the Gigabyte, just Aorus Gaming or whatever? There's the Elite. Well, I mean, sure, there's an Aorus Elite for 250 quid. What do we get for 250? So, firstly, show me the pictures. Okay, so, good-looking board. Yeah, good-looking board. Lots of metalwork. Looks pretty. Show me the rear eye. Oh my God, does it? I hate it when there's no picture of the rear I/O.
The rear I/O is okay.
Okay, it looks fine. Let's see if we can find.
It's 5 10 gigabit Type A.
Hold on, let me see if I can get a picture because pictures, 1,000 words, etc. Surely the website will have it. Gallery.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, there's the rear I/O. So we've got 9 Type A ports that are all USB 3, and half of them are 10 gig, and 3 Type Cs, 40, 40, and 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5 gig Ethernet. Cool, but that's kind of expected. Wi-Fi 7. Cool. SPDIF. Okay. Sure. And obligatory HDMI and DisplayPort. Cool. All right. So, what do we...
The main benefit of it is the dual USB 4.
Right. So the MSI Tomahawk.
So yeah, which is why you'd have to go X870.
Yeah. That gives you dual 40 gig and 10. So you get the same Type C ports. However, this stack is all USB 2. Personally, if I were building a computer for myself, I probably wouldn't care because I've still got 5 decent USB 3 ports there. 2 of them are 10 gig. And for high speed stuff, I've got 3 Type C ports that are 40, 40, and 10. High speed USB is not the problem here. So this is certainly less so, but also it is £100 less.
Interesting, and includes 5 gig networking as opposed to 2.5.
Yeah, and it's not as attractive, but it looks like it's probably got 3 M.2 slots as well, which I'm guessing is what the ROG has. There's probably 1 there and 2 under there is my guess.
Yeah.
Or there and there, or something like that.
That would be my assumption.
Fine. What does the Gigabyte give us? Show me the back. All right. Gigabyte, only 2 Type C ports.
But they are both USB 4
Gonna be
still.
Yeah, going to be USB 4.
Unlike a couple of the boards which are dual Type C, 5 gigabit.
Yeah. So then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USB 3 ports there, and then stack there. So yeah, the Aorus not quite as good. It does look prettier than the MSI, in my opinion.
It's also got an extra PCI Express slot,
and it's which it'll be a times 4 by 3. Yeah,
but
and if you're a streamer, that might matter because you might have like a capture card, and you might have 2 capture cards or something like that. I can think of instances where you would have 2 extra PCIe add-in cards in a computer, so that might be a reason to take that one. So yeah, not bad, and it's 252. It's the cheapest one there as well. So TLDR, what do I think of that motherboard? I think it's pretty good. It is expensive. It is the best featured of the lot, and it certainly looks nice.
Yeah.
However, it's £100 more than its nearest competitors, and £100 extra for slightly better USB at the back and appearances. It's quite a lot in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice board, but I don't think I would stump up the money for it.
No. What you saying like PC part picker and pick an MSI and ASRock a Gigabyte that's the same price.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we'll just look at that as well, because it could be a case of obviously we've kind of cross-compared effectively on pricing.
Sure. Yeah. Viali says Asus is worth £100 more. Why? What do you believe it's giving you that's worth £100 more? Like, I'm not being facetious there. What is it that you're valuing there?
Because it certainly isn't warranty.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Asus, like, just like every other brand, like every mainstream brand that anyone here can name has been on someone's shit list at some point. MSI got on everyone's shit list for selling graphics cards to the miners straight out the factory.
Attempting to buy laptop reviews.
Yeah, and attempting to buy laptop reviews.
Attempting to buy off bad motherboard reviews.
Yeah. Then Asus, warranty issues with sockets exploding CPUs and then not warrantying that. Gigabyte, the exploding power supply situation. ASRock. Have ASRock done anything wrong, or have they just
killing X3D CPUs?
Oh yeah,
on
they've had.
AM5.
Yeah, I was going to say they had a CPU issue as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, like we can play this game all day if it's just sort of all the crap because of this thing that happened. All of the brands have got blood on their hands, so that doesn't count. But yeah, it's Asus. I only use Asus. That's not an argument, my guy. That's not an argument. Moving on. All right, so
Products, motherboards.
I'll go to Builder and select. Let's see. So
Oh yeah, because it will only filter AM5 there because you've got an
oh
AM5
yeah,
build in there.
actually, yeah, I can just do that anyway. Motherboards. Let's see, and let's just do X870. So ROG Strix E. Are we
I was
sorting
going to
by
say
price?
you want to sort by price,
Yeah, there we
basically
go.
top to bottom.
They're about mid-range at that price, though, aren't they? Which is extremely depressing, but whatever. Okay, right. So equivalent prices then. We've got the Strix X70F. We've got the ASRock Taichi Creator. Let's see. The MPG at 330, I would call that equivalent. Oh, there's the Carbon Wi-Fi at 400. Have a quick look at that. And then, where's our nearest gigabyte? We've got an Aorus Pro Ice at 310. And then Aorus Master. I think that's our range there.
Yeah.
Buffer. Everyone reload or something if it's buffering. It's doing the thing. Right.
Yes, that's
Can we
fine.
get
That's what we
pictures?
were looking at.
No. Okay, we already know that one anyway. All right, so... Oh, they're not going to have pictures, are they?
No.
What if I Newegg?
Oh my god, Newegg actually have pictures.
Cool. All right, that'll do then. And a UK price, apparently. Sure. All right. All right, so stuff that's in a similar price band then. 310-ish.
350 because it's £47 shipping.
True that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but if we bought, I'm sure. Yeah. Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
which makes it about the same price as the
Yeah,
other one was off
yeah.
of Amazon.
Yeah. Let's pretend that we found this on Amazon and it ended up being somewhere in the middle at like 330 or something. It's still approximately the same price bracket.
Yeah.
Mid 300s. So yeah. That's 8, 9, 10 USBs, dual Ethernet. Only 2 Type-C slots, but again, they're USB 4. Wi-Fi 7. That's very tasty. The 10 gig Ethernet makes that very powerful if you're building workstation. That being a creator board, obviously, it's got the artsy look to it.
It's also quite nicely neutral.
Yeah.
You could build a really blingy PC with that, or a really
Yeah.
basic one.
That
and
passes
it
the
would
wedding
be-
test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also got dual PCIe Gen 5.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Tasty.
interesting for some, useful for some people.
This feels like a higher end board than the Strix to me. You know, just basing on vibes. Okay.
Kinda.
So.
Oh, there is a rear I/O picture.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. USB 2. That just immediately kills this one dead, to be honest, because there were cheaper boards that had that kind of I/O on the rear.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
But
yeah,
that has an extra Type-C over those ones.
Yeah.
So it's a case of if somehow Type-C had like £100 of value to you,
Yeah.
you should buy an add-in card for 50 quid.
Yeah. Or failing that, if you're paying the white tax or something like that, you know. But yeah, this board definitely feels like a non-starter to me because it's very similarly priced while having less functionality. I would not purchase this board based on these ballpark prices we're looking at, you know. So yeah, that's a no. The Carbon, this one was a bit more expensive.
Oh yeah, 400.
Yeah. And we've got 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, this is the
4
board I was
Type-Cs.
looking at guessing.
Yeah, dual Ethernet. So this is a bit more expensive. So yeah, however, it looks like it's actually worth that money. And because it's the MPG carbon, that's a fairly sensible looking board to me. Again, dual PCIe Gen 5 by the looks of things, because it's got a reinforced slot there.
I think so, yeah.
I can't imagine why they would reinforce that slot if it wasn't PCIe 5. So, yeah. So, yeah, that seems reasonable. It is more expensive, though. Yeah. Then finally we go up. Oh yeah, this was slightly cheaper at the low 300s.
Yeah. Amazon, please actually have
Huzzah! What's that? 6, 7, 8. Oh no, it's 10. Yeah, adds up. For a minute it looked really sparse, but yeah, there's 10 Type A's there, and they're all.
That's
USB 2. Yeah, yeah, a couple of USB 2s, obligatory USB 4s there. Fine, yeah. Again, at the low 300s, that seems reasonable. I mean,
it's also possibly pumped up slightly because white tax.
Yeah. Well, also though, this was on the low. This is the low 300s.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I meant like it's a 270 board.
Yeah.
Pushed up to low 300s because white.
Yeah. However, this seems to be the equivalent of the MPG Edge, while costing less, because this board was mid 300s. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, so this this Gigabyte is better than the MSI in my opinion. That's giving you similar or more for slightly less money.
Yeah. And
personally, I prefer the looks of the Gigabyte boards. That's my personal preference. But so yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. However, also, and if we're comparing that versus the Asus, which of course is why we're here, let's bring up the Asus's I/O again. Fine, just show me the picture. Overclockers, please. Show me the picture. All right. Yeah. So as a reminder, that was the ROG Strix. Yeah.
So you get an extra Type C.
Yeah.
And
for
two more USB 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of value for money, the Asus is slightly more expensive and slightly better.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of comparable, I would say there then, because yeah. And then finally at high 300s pushing 400, we've got this is an X870E, so we're kind of into a different class now. But just for lols, here's a low resolution picture, but that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 USB 3s, a couple of USB 2s, and dual USB 4s. But this is an X870E, so we're into a different class now. These are probably X16 slots because it's X870E.
Yeah, I can't remember what they are.
So yeah.
They're probably 4x4, actually. Gem 4x4.
Oh, that's depressing. Yeah. Yeah, what are you getting then for it being X870E? Because that's the point where we're...
No idea.
Yeah. More research needed then. I want to move on from this topic, but yeah. So... TLDR, the ROG Strix, it seems to be fine, but I think there are cheaper X870 boards because you can buy X870 boards that are perfectly good for £100 less, in my opinion. But man, the X870's range seems a bit weird because there's fairly big price swings then, because there's price swings of like £200 for the low-end X870s to the high-end X870s. And the feature set isn't that much different. We're talking a couple of USB ports and maybe an extra PCI Express slot. So, I would imagine if you drill into it, there are probably more differences that actually make up that price gap. Like if we start getting into VRM setups and stuff like that. However, we had a brief conversation before we started where I said this is kind of the area which I want to give minimal attention to in my overviews, because that was previously stuff I was trying to pay attention to in my old motherboard reviews. But the reality is that VRM and stuff like that, it's kind of a solved problem. You know,
on an awful lot of the boards.
Unless you're doing like high-end overclocking and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. And if you're doing high-end overclocking, you're probably looking for specific boards like the Aorus Master or a Tachyon or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
So for most people, all of those other differences that might be on there, they just don't really matter. I'll mention them all anyway. Maybe some of them have got like 10 SATA connectors, because there are weirdos out there who still think SATA is worth having.
Yeah, I still think any full ATX board should still have 4 of them on there.
Sure. However,
like,
I bet money there's someone already typing into the chat, I think I require 8 SATA connectors. I'm like, for what? What are you connecting?
On a desktop.
What do you need why do you need 8 SATA connectors on your desktop computer in the year 2025?
Yeah.
There's going to be someone out there who's already typing that. They might have stopped now, but whatever.
However, could just replace it all with U.3.
Would you though? Like, how much is it going to cost to get like a? Do you need a backplane for U.3?
You can direct drive connect, but it's recommended to backplane because it's designed to backplane.
Yeah, because that's going to cost you another couple of £100 for that, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's where we should have moved.
Oh, what? So for people who actually want high-end storage setups on
Because
their
then you
desktop
can just
computer,
use the high-end enterprise storage instead of
Yeah.
using weird middle ground consumer stuff. 'Cause you'll have a reason for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, I'm going to quickly skim down the chat. If brand is no issue, then look at a BioStar. I actually want to do that at some point.
They just don't really sell boards in the UK.
Yeah, also BioStar.
I think they're effectively OEM only.
Yeah, a lot of BioStar boards also, though, are just threadbare. It's not that I've got an issue with the brand. What I have an issue with the fact is their boards just don't have literally anything on them whatsoever. But I actually want to get in a BioStar board just for the memes, just so I can be like, and this is why we clown on BioStar all the time. It's not that the brand sucks ass or anything. I'm sure that it works just fine. There's just the features are no. So yeah. All right. And do you even need an X870? Probably not. This is why I keep building B650, and it's why when I do my first motherboard, the first motherboard video I want to do is a roundup that just summarizes the differences between the current generation chipsets, with a specific focus on why we care about B650 right now when B850 exists. With the short answer being because B850 sucks. B650 should be irrelevant. However, because B850 sucks, B650 has remained relevant.
Fantastic. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say there's someone in the UK selling the BioStar B650 MT Micro ATX M5 motherboard, AM5 motherboard. But there isn't.
Sag. Okay.
So I was just going to be like, oh, look, there we go.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's see. Apparently VRMs are very much not a solved problem at the low end. Hardware Unboxed have done a number of videos. Possibly, but like, define low end here, because like, if you're trying to drop a Ryzen 9950X, if you're trying to drop a 9950X into an A620 motherboard, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's a skill issue. So like,
but also, if it says it supports it, then it should support it.
I'll give you that. But also, there's a bit of give and take here. This is also, maybe this is an apples oranges comparison here, but this is kind of like the Corsair RAM issue where they're advertising it as 6,000 mega transfers, but actually that's 6,000 mega transfers at XMP or Expo, and it's like, yeah, they say it does that, but only when you do this. It's like there's kind of a general assumption here that if you're pairing a top-end CPU with a bottom-end motherboard, that's possibly a skill issue.
But at the same time, if it says it supports it, it says it supports it, and it should work.
Yeah. However,
and it should work correctly.
Are you going to get the best out of it?
Why not? It says it supports it.
Sure. Okay.
Say you don't support it. Say you only support the 65-watt CPUs then.
Yeah.
Just don't lie in your advertising media.
Fair enough.
That's ultimately the point.
Yeah, also though, like, I don't need to go to bat for A620 here. I'm holding no water for them, so therefore, sure, yeah, in that case, yeah, sure. A620 motherboards should not...
B650 boards.
Yeah, some of the B650 boards. Okay, sure. I haven't looked around in a hot moment. Maybe this is what we'll discover then.
But also, can I interest you in a BioStar B650 motherboard?
4 USB 3s, 2 USB As. I mean, I've seen other B650 boards with that kind of offering. You know, like if that board costs 80 quid, sure. But also, you should probably buy just an A620 at that point, which will probably have the same, feature set.
They removed the connector for the Wi-Fi. So you know the PCIe, M.2e or whatever it's called. They've got the pads on the board for it, but it's not actually populated. Save every penny.
Yeah, that's BioStar, man. They could have just put it there anyway. So yeah. Fine. Yeah. The issue is not the likes of you and me, but OEM shoving in the cheapest board. Okay, yeah, but sure. I'm talking about aftermarket boards, though. I'm not talking about OEM. We all know that OEM make crap motherboards. That's why we don't buy OEM. So that's kind of, I don't. Yeah, that's kind of a non sequitur, if I'm honest. So yeah. So yes, fair enough. Okay, right. I'm going to declare myself as caught up on the chat. Fine. Cool. All right. Anyway, yeah, well, there we go. That's half an hour into the stream and we've answered one question. But I'd actually say that's good going. We had a good talk.
Yes.
Good talk. Yeah, good talk. Yeah.
Can I interest you in a mysterious motherboard?
A mysterious motherboard? Which one? Oh, is this the mysterious one or? Oh, yeah. Also, holy crap, I nearly pressed space on OBS then, which would have been really funny if it had hit stop streaming. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Bench cam. Mysterious. Oh, I thought I inverted that. Apparently, oh, okay, I need to do that here as well. Long story short, we need to flip everything. Hold on. Okay, now flip it again. All right. Mysterious motherboard. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, while we're here, let's have a quick nosy through these motherboards, just because I think this is probably going to be the most boring one, but whatever. We're going to have a quick look at the stack. This is basically just an unboxing, just so we can be like, ooh, shiny, you know. Oh, there's more.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah. Also, just for some of these, I'm just curious to just ask you what your intentions are, because, like, you said you're keeping all of these, so like there sounds like a conversation there. So yeah,
it's a fancy padded one.
See,
but it's not integrated.
I was about to say, it's kind of wild to me that they've done a premium shielded padded Wi-Fi, shielded padded I/O shield instead of just integrating it into the motherboard. Like, this cost you more money, so why didn't you just pay the extra to integrate it?
Yes.
Fine.
Your 2 screws, 3 screws, 4 screws.
Hello, Whitehall.
A guide on how to install your CPU.
Thank God. Okay, we don't really need to do like the full unboxing experience. We're literally just, you know, especially for this one, because also apparently it doesn't have Wi-Fi, which means I basically don't care about it. Actually, that's being kind of unfair because there's going to be plenty of people who are just like, I don't care about Wi-Fi. So, because I only ever buy Wi-Fi boards these days just because most of my customers want Wi-Fi on their PC because they don't have Ethernet to their bedrooms or whatever. And also, I think it's just worth. I think Wi-Fi is a no-brainer because A, it gives you Bluetooth, which is just a really handy utility to have, and B, it costs like £10 extra to get the Wi-Fi board, and it just means, and Wi-Fi is just one of those things where when you need it, you need it. Like your broadband goes out, bam, tether off of your phone over Wi-Fi. You don't have to plug in a USB cable like a nerd. Just buy Wi-Fi boards. Why would you not? You know,
it's positioned in a really dumb place, I think. The M.2 for the Wi-Fi.
Why?
Oh, because now I've got to trail the cables through here and stuff, whereas instead on the ones where they actually mount it, like in this area here, you haven't got to worry about the cables connecting with anything else.
Yeah, I suppose that's just PCIe routing.
Yeah.
Though. If you put it up here, you've got to route the
I
lanes
also
up
particularly like the ones that literally just have the connector here.
That's
and
my
I'm just like,
yeah.
okay.
That's ultimately my preference, and I'm surprised more boards don't just have it as an optional add-in like that.
Yes. There's a good amount of M.2 on this, though. Given the class of board.
Yeah.
Three.
Oh, yeah. There's 3. Yeah.
I was just like,
yeah.
huh,
Yeah. The
okay.
3 M.2s are nice. You've got 3 USB 3s at the back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the Type C. It's all right. How much was this board?
Something like £85.
You know what? For £85, that's not bad. I think.
Plonk.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable for it. As I say, the lack of Wi-Fi kills it dead for me. Although, again, that much being... it's not expensive to add Wi-Fi to a board when it's got the connector on it.
Yeah.
But also, by the time you've gone through, because Sai's got this nailed down with buying the antennas on AliExpress and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, or I could just spend another £10 on a Wi-Fi board.
Yeah, it's mostly, though, for, people who didn't do that and now want Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Get in the bag.
Customers want Wi-Fi, but they want a 1 gigabit internet connection as well. Well, the interesting thing there is to consider that most people are not living on their own and have a family. And when there's a family in the house and you've got 4 people banging the internet connection at the same time, that's when gigabit matters.
But also, what Wi-Fi do you have that doesn't do gigabit? Wi-Fi 5 and on does gigabit. Wi-Fi 5 was 2007.
Yeah, that's fair.
Come on, people, upgrade.
Yeah. I've not put,
Wi-Fi 7 is 90 gigabit.
It also just, I think
so it's kind of...
the point of interest there is, can you reliably get that to the other side of the house, though?
Yeah. Sure, but it's also a case of if you've got more than one user.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And most people...
Likewise, I'm only using a BT Home Hub at home. I think I've got Wi-Fi 5E or 5 at home, and I've got oh no, I think I've got Wi-Fi 6
you'll have 6. Yeah, you'll have 6 or 6E, depending on which exact version of the Home Hub you've got.
I've got 850 megabit connection to my Quest at any rate.
Yeah, 'cause the Home Hub's actually not garbage.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it's certainly not garbage.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
It's definitely a lot better than some of the other ISPs will give you.
Yeah.
Get in the box!
I'm waiting for you to finish rustling before I carry on talking. Thanks. What's a normal range for Wi-Fi? That is an unanswerable question. It depends on the house.
7. 7.
If you're in America and you have wooden chipboard walls, then probably going to get most of the way across the house. If you're local to me and you live in a cottage with stone walls that thick, the answer is no.
The answer is the Wi-Fi range is
the
router is here, wall is here, receiving device is here, signal is 0.
Yeah. So there's no straight answer to that question. So yeah. But yes. All right. Right, this one's... So, XA70E Aorus Master. This one we actually saw for sale. So this one was low 400s, I think, brand new.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think we had it. Oh, actually, did I close all the windows? No, I didn't. Aorus Master, yeah.
430.
Yeah, so 430 in the UK right now from Box. So yeah, this one's kind of interesting because the Gigabyte Aorus Master is their serious board. It's not their exotic money no object board. This is the serious motherboard for serious people.
With serious bags.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of an interesting one. And also, Caradog has this one. Caradog has this one fitted with a 9950X3D, which I saw just before stream. And I was like, oh, does that mean this is your one now? Are you keeping this? Is this your new PC that you're planning? So what was your... And you were just like, I think so, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know is the answer to that. Because, yeah, I think so, probably just because it's got better connectivity on it.
As opposed to what? Like, sort of, you say you're not going... What, like...
So, yeah, it's got better connectivity on it compared to the Tachyon.
Oh, okay, so you're trying to decide whether you'd be using this or the Tachyon.
Yeah, functionally.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, fair enough then. And... yeah, what are those PCI Express slots? Yeah, those are 4x4s. Yeah,
I was just going to flip it over. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I was just partially confused as to why this motherboard is an X870E if it doesn't have PCI Express coming out the wazoo, because the point of X870E is that you have PCI Express coming out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Which this does not appear to actually have. Unless it's got like 4 Type 2, unless it's got 4 M.2 ports under that.
How the hell do you get this off? Ah.
That board have a bend in it?
What?
Yeah, probably,
but
it'll be fine. 3.
The reason it's there is because these are Gen 5, that's Gen 5, that's Gen 4.
That's where all the PCI Express went then.
So yes.
Yeah, so if you want high-speed storage, then yeah.
If you are a file copying enthusiast.
Yeah. If you have a lot of Linux ISOs, then this will allow you to transfer your Linux ISOs really, really fast. Fair enough.
Ooh.
Does that really need to be magnetic? This is kind of my beef with modern boards and how expensive they are. I'm like, my guy, this does not need to be magnetic.
Yeah, but is your motherboard magnetic?
No, because it doesn't need to be.
But mine is. So it's better. That's how that works, right?
What's that? Is that a Type C?
No, it's an HDMI.
HDMI internally? Oh, that's for an internal in your case screen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's really dumb, but also kind of cool.
So,
I kind of appreciate that, if I'm honest.
And it's still got...
If you're building up an actual show computer and you want to have an internal screen in the case, like one of those height cases or something like that, internal HDMI is kind of neat. That's pimp.
It's also still got both types of RGB.
Why? No one cares about analog RGB. But sure, I guess. Yeah.
But it does have 3 RGB, I think, or is it 4?
Yeah. 2 would be my design.
So you can approximately RGB everything.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth. I think 2 is reasonable. Any more than that, and it's like if you have an RGB setup that requires more than 2 ports, you are using a dedicated controller for that. So just don't bother. But yeah. Cool.
Huh. Interesting. Apparently, possibly, you have probe points for vCore and stuff.
Yeah, I should hope so, because again, this is a serious board, you know, like, this is not a dedicated overclocking board, but it is a board that is more than capable of overclocking. Like, the serious overclocking board is this bad boy, which we'll look at in a minute. but this one's also going to be no slouch. Like this is the kind of board you do when you're actually trying to do high-end benchmarking. This is the kind of board you use for your daily driver overclock, you know.
Yeah, basically, because it's actually got the I/O.
Yeah.
Let me in. Oh, you flipped it around.
It's a gaming motherboard. I don't game. I'll pass. Enjoy your A620 motherboard. Gaming doesn't mean anything.
Would you like some stickers?
Yeah, gaming has been a buzzword for years. It doesn't mean anything.
And then there's the obligatory bits and bobs. Nothing special. I'm just looking to see if there's anything particularly fancy. There's a fan.
A fan?
Yeah.
Ah.
Special Aorus branded fan.
I wonder what that's for. That's got some kind of vertical... Oh, it's got an angled mount on it.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's intended to cool. Maybe RAM?
Probably.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that going on the RAM. Yeah, like there. Yeah, that's a RAM cooler. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. DDR5 do get hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. Ha! My alerts. In you go.
All right. Okay, so that's that. Oh, do you want the rest of it? Yeah.
That's where that went. I was just like, I'm sure there was a thing. In you go.
Right.
Have a motherboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just gonna
No, that's fair
take
enough.
them off the top.
Done
so I
pile
can
into
stack
go
'em.
pile. So then this one. So this is the board that's hard to get. Then. So I'm just going to quickly look this up because I'm curious. Let's go back to PC Part Picker. So this is an X870 Aorus Tachyon. So this is the one that you can't get unless you just go to Amazon and buy it.
Yeah,
in
because
stock.
these are the ones from Germany.
Yeah. That much being said, though, this is the only. Yeah, there's only one price on PC Part Picker. Apparently, Newegg once upon a time had one at $575. This one is currently available at $478, rounding up. But yeah, so
yeah, and it's the import from Germany.
Yeah, EU products may differ. Yeah, so
that's
oh yeah,
it
plus
just...
£80 import fees. Yeah, yikes. So yes, it is currently available, but yeah, apparently this is a hard to get motherboard then, or just not about. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the thing that makes this one interesting is that it comes with a fancy cardboard cover over the top.
And apparently it attract.
Thank God.
Attract.
Very well. Oh, what's wrong with this picture? So yeah, this one. So this time they cribbed from EVGA's homework, and they've got the 90-degree rotation on it. So I'm going to remove your attract. Oh, I see. It's just. Is it just interchangeable covers?
Maybe.
Because they've got some kind of dream that you're going to buy different covers for it.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't
well.
pretend to understand.
Huh. Well, cool, I guess. But yeah, so that one's kind of interesting. So two dimmer, this one, which is how you know it's actually serious. And the rotation, so my understanding is that they do this because you get better tracing to the you get better tracing between the CPU and the memory DIMMs, which means cleaner signals, higher attainable clock speeds. So yes, my eyes.
Also, it's also the case of you can see effectively the ground plane, because there is just no traces on the top layer.
That's fairly
they're
standard.
so
to be
they
honest.
are encased, but it's just a case
Yeah.
of, stuff like that.
Yeah, most of the boards do that, but I would probably wager if you actually measure the distance between the CPU and those slots, it will be lower than the
and
average
then
board.
the case of they've done exactly the same on the bottom. They've just flood filled it.
Yeah.
And
is there a layer count for this on this board?
And it's also the case of it's all SMD. The pins haven't actually come through.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So just everything to attempt to avoid any start of a reflection or anything like that.
Yeah. That is a 10-layer board. Yeah, that's a 10-layer board as well. I'm curious, as a comparison, what's a low-end B650 board these days? I'm curious if they're still using 6 layers.
Woohoo! I'm so pleased it's ERP ready.
Yeah. Was it you I was talking to the other day when I pointed out on a board? Yeah, I had this conversation with Carol the other day where of all the things that they choose to put on the silk screen of their board, they don't put like PCI Express 5 and, Ryzen ready. They put ERP ready because, that's the most valuable feature these things have. But fine. It still has PS2 ports. Yeah, because PS2 is an overclocking thing.
Yeah.
And what's the deal? What was the actual there was a big old conversation about this in the Discord a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago now, about PS2 ports on overclocking boards. Contrary to popular belief, PS2 does not give you direct interrupts to the CPU. There is no modern connector that does that anymore. However, PS2 still gives you slightly lower level access, I think, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I
don't specifically know.
I
wonder
think
if
PS2 initializes slightly earlier on in post or something like that than USB.
I also don't know if it's partially a case of just because benching you'll run weird old operating systems and stuff as well.
Oh yeah. That
so
might
I don't
be
know
it.
if this is like part of the boards that have like the weird ancient SATA controller, for example.
This board is...
Okay.
This board is not marked with its layer count, so I'm not sure. Okay. Either way, 10 layers is exotic, though. I think most cheaper boards will be 6 layer. Higher end boards will be 8 layer. That's 10 layer, which means it's got space for a lot of shielding around its really important lines. So that is also going to count a lot. It also makes it very expensive to produce because 10 layer. So yes. However, the rear I/O, apparently not as good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you only get one Type-C port on that.
It's not particularly amazing.
Yeah, so again, it's kind of a case of like, this isn't the kind of board you run on a daily driver.
Yeah.
That's not what it's for. But so this is that thing of where, like, if you wanted to run really, really high overclocks on a daily driver, you could run this.
Yeah.
But this again is why the Aorus Master would be a more interesting board. It is not as hardcore as this, but also it's got better connectivity. Because like a board like that, you are kind of like, the I/O is not bad, but also considering the cost of this board and that it's an X870, you're like, wait, what am I paying for again? Kind of thing.
How do I take off this sodding M.2 cover? Wait, is that an M.2 cover? Or is that...
Yeah. Also, it doesn't have an integrated I/O shield, which is
Yeah.
a bit weird. That might be for just better access because they're anticipating that people are going to take off the VRM heat-sinks and stuff like that. So that might be a deliberate choice for better access to the board.
No.
What are you umming and ahhing about?
Because it's rotated, that's the primary M.2, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is VRM. Yeah.
This is bloody... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting. Yes. I mean, that's kind of cool because that means you've got easy access to your primary M.2.
Yes. And then you've got another 2 in there.
A couple of M.2s down there. Is that PCIe 5 as well? It probably is because certainly. It's an armoured slot.
It's a 16 by 8.
Oh, yeah.
Or 8. Well,
a 16 top and an 8 lower. But yeah.
1608 by 8.
Yeah.
So yeah. Interesting.
Right, I'm going to rustle for a sec, folks. Hold on. Yeah, sorry.
But that's a bit mad that is a lot of, yes, a lot of VRM.
Yes. So I take it. So I take it you're keeping that as a fun board.
Yes. Would you like 22 things?
22 smart power stages, each probably capable of 120 amps, is my guess.
Yes. I must have
Back over there.
all of the amps.
Yeah.
But yes.
Fair. A wall decoration board. Yeah. It just looks pretty. Are we doing the kiosk? Yeah, we will do. I think we're going to have a quick ganders. I'm just curious to look at these as well because shiny motherboards. I just want to look at some shiny things, and I figured we'd just do that while we're on stream. But then, yes, we are going to have a look at that kiosk in a minute because I do actually need to look at that. But then finally, we've got a Threadripper board, which I'm curious to look at.
Huh.
So yeah, neato.
In you go.
I'll
Damn
go
it,
the other way
wrong way
around first.
around.
Yeah, but this is not a two-man job.
Get in the box. There you go. Box, get.
Yes. Cool. So yes, the other thing that also I'm curious to get some feedback from you guys on as well is, like I say, I want to start doing these motherboard overview videos, but like I'm not going to pump out like 4 of them in a row for these motherboards. So it's a question on what format I do. I think I'm kind of feeling like I might do roundups here and there, of just like 2 per video, just 2 similar boards, like say for example the Aorus Master and the Tachyon or something like that. For as a comparison of 2 similar boards with slightly different objectives, you know, as a demonstration of, because the objective of the videos is to get people thinking about what the board is intended for, because I think this is a big misunderstanding that a lot of people have when they look at certain boards, is they look at a board and they don't understand what the intention of that motherboard is. So yeah. Everything looks good in a case without glass. Y'all are wrong with your black boxes. Alright, finally. So, why are you building a Threadripper?
Partially because I wanted one, but predominantly for work, for various hosting things as well.
Do a versus video, but end on actually it's not one better than the other, it's picking what you need. I suppose, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Very shiny. Fair enough.
Would you like fans?
I asked you a question, didn't actually remotely listen to your answer, by the way.
Because.
Fair enough. Yeah, because. Understandable. Yeah. How about those air-cooled VRMs, huh? Yeah. How much power does do the modern Threadrippers suck back? I haven't been keeping track.
I think you can precision boost overdrive them to 500 watts.
Oof. Okay, yeah, that kind of warrants having fans on your VRMs then.
So yes.
Yeah, because that's the funny thing is just like, you know, we look at like all of the 22 stage smart power stages on the Tachyon here, like the CPU isn't pulling that much power. I mean, I guess if you're extreme overclocking it could, but on daily drivers it's not. And like on the Aorus Master, the kind of powers you would actually pull on that, you could run it with no heatsink. You know, this is a drum that Buildzoid has been banging on for years now. Is on a lot of high-end motherboards, they've gone massive overkill on the VRMs, which is why I said it's a solved problem, because to a large part, because of just modern semiconductors, VRMs are kind of a solved problem. However, when you get onto boards like this, when you actually need to pump 500 watts into the CPU socket, that's when it gets a bit more spicy. because you got to pump 500 watts in, and you don't have space for massive VRM heatsinks. So that's kind of an interesting looking board there. So Threadripper is a server CPU. Kind of. Threadripper is a workstation CPU. I hesitate to call it high-end desktop. I'm going to call it workstation. So this is the kind of thing where it's because server. The difference between workstation and server is that server is heavily oriented toward remote management, like the Epic board that we looked at last week, the Epic server rack the rack mount server that I bought. That motherboard, all over it, it was designed for remote management and for backplanes and add-in cards and stuff. This is a workstation. This is still designed to go in a tower computer that sits next to you on the desk. But it's where you need extreme amounts of horsepower on a desk-mounted computer. That's also what workstation is.
I/O.
And I/O, because, oh my god, that PCI Express, though.
Can I interest you in 128 lanes of PCIe Gen 5?
Yeah. So, yes.
So that's kind of why. But I enjoy the fact that it is cable tied.
Yeah.
Cable tied to the foam.
Fair enough, just to make sure it can't move about in shipping, I guess.
Yeah. But also, you're saying about U.2 connectors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or U.3. You've got fiber breakouts here.
Shiny, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's two slim M2s and an MCIO. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been an IT administrator for 20 years. I know what a server is. Yeah, well, this ain't a server, Chief. Don't know what to tell you. Cool. All right.
So
what's the rear I/O on this? Because obviously, since we're looking
middling.
at that, yeah,
effectively for the type for
yeah. Oh yeah, kind of threadbare. But then I guess this is also. But then the interesting thing is this is the kind of thing where a lot of your exotic stuff, you've got PCI Express add-in cards, I guess, don't you?
Yeah, to a degree. But it's also just interesting that obviously there isn't a load of like Type C.
Yeah.
Or anything like that specifically, but it's also the case of obviously you've got 10 gig networking on there.
Yeah.
And you've got all of the PCIe slots, which you can just put in a 25 gig card.
Yeah. Have we got front Type C on this? I assume. Yeah. We've got a front Type C port, so there's extra Type C there, I guess. But yeah, it is surprisingly lacking on the back, I suppose. But then again, this isn't necessarily you need a lot of stuff connected to it. Like, this is like if you're doing, let's say, what are you using a Threadripper for? You're doing heavy-duty video editing. You're doing heavy-duty Blender or something like that.
Also, obviously
point,
stuff where you need multiple add-in cards.
Yeah, that's it. So, like, for those kind of tasks, that's kind of a very you're hyper focused on a very specific workload there, which probably doesn't involve a lot of connectivity, because if you need serious storage, everything's connected by U.2 or it's on an external server that you're accessing over your 10 gig Ethernet. You're not going to have. You don't use this as a streamer rig, so you don't have a lot of USB devices connected to it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not streaming off of a Threadripper, Chief, I mean, you could, but, like, why would you?
Basically.
And so the kind of things that you are doing with this are going to be heavily oriented toward very specific tasks where you have an external device doing heavy lifting, or your add-in cards. So I guess that kind of explains that.
It's functionally a case of something where you need lots of cores, lots of CPU cores, because obviously it goes up to 64 cores, or something where you need a lot of PCI Express in actual PCI Express slots. Also, the other thing as well, separately with that, is obviously the case of you've got the two versions of this. You've got the TRX 50 and the WRX 90, and the WRX 90 takes the Pro CPUs and gives you more memory channels.
Yeah.
So you have more memory bandwidth on the Pro CPUs. So obviously for something where you need lots of memory bandwidth as well.
Yeah. Which is probably going to be an even more hyper-specific thing, because, like, even with 4 slots, you could still stack this with, 120, 256. I mean, what's the maximum memory on that? 512 or 250 or 250 gigs? Do you reckon?
Probably 512.
Yeah, and like
because 128 gig DIMMs do technically exist.
Yeah, so but probably.
But it's also the case of these are all R DIMMs, so they're registered error correcting DIMMs.
Yeah. But so you're probably running 120 or 256 gigs of RAM in something like that if you're getting serious, and that's enough for most. If you need more than that, you're doing something extremely exotic.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair.
But yeah, I was going to say predominantly for me is CPU tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's CPU stuff and semi-wide, but predominantly frequency CPU stuff. So it's a case of that's why it's Threadripper and 24 core instead of Epic and 128 core or something like that. Because
I mean, like, case in point, the Epic server that I've got, I want to do, I want that to be just an all-round VM server, basically, which ironically it's not going to be particularly good at, and this will be an awful lot better. But also I paid 200 quid for that, and that board was probably 500. So, I mean, how much was it? If you can remember.
It's not actually, the motherboards aren't actually that expensive for this socket. They are mid to high 400s.
Okay, that's not devastating.
And then the CPU isn't that expensive at £1,000. For the 24 core.
Yeah.
Where it's really expensive is the RAM.
Interesting.
Which is like £2,000.
Ooh. Like, what do you get for that?
Some RAM.
I see.
Is
that for like a 64 gig 6000 mega transfer kit, or
that is for a, based off of current wholesale suppliers, which aren't the best prices.
Okay.
That is for 64 gigs of 4800. 60 200.
Oh my god! So
RAM.
It's not even good RAM then.
Yeah,
that's depressing.
But
that's kind of whack, because normally ECC.
That's how much registered error correcting DDR5 kind of is.
Yeah, normally buying ECC doesn't cost that much extra, because I mean, it's probably worth seeing if you can pick some up secondhand or something, because if for DDR4. ECC RAM costs pennies because no one wants it, because it doesn't work. Well, actually, no, you can drop ECC RAM into a lot of desktop boards for DDR4, can't you?
Some boards with some processors.
Yeah, I digress.
In some circumstances.
Yeah. Either way, ECC doesn't normally command that much of a price premium for DDR4, was my understanding.
But it's also a case of, these are registered error correcting, so it's actual real ECC.
Oh, yeah, Yes.
As opposed to ECC.
Yes, I forgot that there were sort of 2 stages of that.
Yeah, and RDIMMs for DDR4.
Yeah.
Or the equivalent thereof was also quite expensive.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. So so the board and the CPU isn't devastating, but the RAM is devastating.
It's also a case of DDR4 ECC is cheap because guess who's selling gobs and gobs of it? Hyperscalers who are buying DDR5.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that thing of when you see it on eBay,
it's
because someone's trying to sell it off second
Everyone's
hand.
just fire sailing.
Yeah. Whereas obviously where you're trying to buy new, it's expensive. So
Understandable.
So
Cool.
But yes.
Well,
I'm entirely probably just going to buy it from B&H when I go to America.
Fair
because
enough.
It's like $600 and something from B&H. Or £2,000.
Yeah, and you can just stick that in your back pocket as you come home. Yeah.
Yeah.
just don't sit on it, you know.
Yeah, but it's just the case. So it's just like,
Very well.
what dumb pricing, but hey.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing where just suddenly, if you happen to be going to America, then buying it and bringing it back with you does actually make a lot of sense. Because like this is something I noticed when I did this week's video when I was doing price comparisons and talking about pricing for the computer. Is for a lot of stuff, pounds to dollars is reasonably comparable, but once you get up to the cost of the whole PC, that starts to break down. Because initially, when I said, "Oh, the budget is £1,600," and I just quickly converted that to dollars, and it came out of like 21.88 or something like that. I was like, no, really?
Yeah.
But when I spec'd it up in dollar prices, it was more like, $1,800-$1,900. I'm like, okay, so stuff is cheaper in America then,
Yeah.
So yeah, fair. Although tax, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm going to go and get this stupid kiosk and we'll start fixing that.
Excellent. I'm going to swap to face cam. Stand up and
Do
put
it.
this in a box.
All right.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
But yes. Yeah, at any rate, I hope people found this, like, I know some people are just like, fix the kiosk. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do that now. But also, these are the kind of conversations I want to have, is not drilling into all of the testing on motherboards, but just looking at interesting motherboards and explaining why they exist and why they cost what they cost.
I also kind of want you to do a look at the ASRock OCF I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I think that could be interesting to compare to the Tachyon.
Yeah.
And that would be an interesting side-by-side video.
Yeah. Oh,
is
yeah,
to
that's a
do
good
the
idea.
Tachyon and the OCF. Because they're designed for the same function. But obviously one's Z890 and one's X870. So one's designed for Arrow Lake. So yeah, but it'll be very interesting to show how the Tachyon isn't kind of a daily board, but the OCF is a daily board, as well as an extreme overclocking board.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's got gobs of USB 3.
Oh, I see.
It has dual Thunderbolt 4 and a Type C.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about the Intel boards. Because I also want to briefly touch on, because, like, let's face it, we all know this. Here at Adamant IT, we are currently heavily biased toward AMD, and like with good reason, because no one cares about Intel because they're not competitive right now. And like when I start this motherboard series, I probably will have to preface. Yeah,
You will
I
have
like
to
the word. I
preface.
just can't say it.
You will have to preface.
I'll have to preface the series by saying, if you're wondering why there won't be many Intel boards on this series, it's because I do not care about Intel right now. However, here is an Intel board, and in a way it's kind of a shame because there are some really cool Intel motherboards, but no one gives a shit about the CPUs.
Yeah.
That's the tragedy.
They are not good gaming CPUs.
We found this when we were speccing up PCs in some of the recent shows, is that some of the Intel motherboards are really cool, but no one cares about the CPUs.
Yeah. And it's kind of a case of the comparison for the Intel Z890 boards is kind of more Threadripper to Z890. That's kind of more of a comparison TRX 50 to LG 1850.
Yeah.
Just because they're not particularly great gaming boards, but they are workstation boards.
Yes.
Kind of thing. And it's just interesting that that's kind of the niche that they are.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just going to take these and put them over here.
Yep, very good. Okay. Also, Ian says, tech question on here. How dare you?
Shocking.
What would you recommend for a left side PC case? I'm interested to hear chat input from this.
I would suggest, if you're able to stomach them, the Lian Li 011 Dynamic Evo What's It, because it's invertible.
Oh, cool.
So you can just invert it.
Yeah.
The Dark Base 900
Be quiet.
from Be Quiet, because that's Invertible.
I'm going to quickly look these up. Hold on. So we've got the Lianli.
And I can't remember which Lianli it is, but it's the 011 Dynamic Evo Ultra 2025 edition. RGB XL++.
Dynamic Evo.
Something like that.
Come on, Lianli.com. That one?
I don't know, because they are all the same case.
They all look the
just
damn same,
put some feet on it.
Oh,
there you go.
That's inverted. Yeah, hold on a sec. Let's go browser with chat.
There we go.
There you go. So there's the 011 Dynamic Evo, which is invertible there. There's the inverted setup. So yeah, that's going to be a really good option if you want, because the problem is for a left-hand case, there's not a lot of choice, and you're often going to end up with something that's kind of just...
Yeah.
I don't want to say naff, but just kind of naff.
Seasonic Silencio?
Hold on a sec. What was the Be Quiet again? Be Quiet.
Be Quiet Pure Bass something 900.
Pure Bass 900. Let's
or
try
something like that. Or FX 900, DX 900, something along those lines.
Pure Bass 900 FX on scan. Show me the picture.
Yeah, I can't remember what... I know the DX FX something are possibly color options and RGB options. But I believe that
so
this is the one that can be
go horizontal.
Desktop,
or
tower in either direction.
Yeah, so that one, if you just turn that another 90 degrees, bam, that's left side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's end of life. That's not been around for long. I thought this was new.
Because that's the AIO case
bundle.
I see.
Yeah.
Mojave.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, I think the case is still available because it's still getting advertised.
Pure Bass 900 FX, yeah. And then what was the third option you were coming out with?
And then there's the... Oh, is it Seasonic Silencio or something?
Silencio. Help me, DuckDuckGo. Prime Snow Silent. Let's just go to the Seasonic website.
It's the one that had the integrated power supply, because that was left-hand case, if I remember correctly.
Accessories. God, my internet is garbage today. This is just catered cooling. Yeah. Unknown.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a lot of help from the Seasonic website here.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was the one that LTT did a video on like 3 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Where it was
fuck off.
Where it was effectively a
yeah.
It's effectively a 12 volt, a 12 VO power supply in a case that has a custom case breakout, but it was left hand.
That's fair, yeah.
From
I think I remember that being a thing. How much is that Lianli? Because like, 190.
Yeah,
Lianli
they've
tax,
gone way up in price.
That's a shame. Yeah. Like, if that had been like 120, 130, I'd turn around and be like, I would just buy one of those because Lianli 011. But man, 200. That's
what's the price? Has the price actually gone up, or has it always been a lot?
Yeah, it's just.
What's the? Hold on. You've got a history option just.
Who the hell wants? Who was this? That is. Go away. Oh, that's Newegg. Oh, that's why. It's because it's Newegg. Yeah, fine.
Change the history to like 2 years. Yeah,
it's come down in price.
Yeah, it's just never been.
It's just an expensive case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That would be really cool if it wasn't so expensive. I got a horrible feeling that Pure Bass 900 is expensive as well, just because.
Probably.
I think Be Quiet are kind of expensive, but let's have a quick look.
I'll search about the FX on there and see if that comes up anything. What?
Unless it's Pure Bass one word.
What?
A PC part picker and Be Quiet had a falling out or something?
Or are you just searching for compatible products? Because
possibly.
You have 900 half-built computers.
You have 900 half-built computers. Where's Start New? Cases.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Pure Space Base.
Pure Space Base. Oh, there's just no 900s.
Yeah. Oh.
Whack.
Yeah, maybe they just don't have it. Maybe they just don't have a listing for it. But
yeah,
it only goes up to the 500. Weird. They're all sub £100. Does this exist?
Just do another search for Pure Base 900, yeah.
Scan. Tweaktown, Amazon.
Oh,
That's a light base? Yeah, maybe it's got a different name.
yeah.
220, similar kind of price. So yeah, I think you're going to end up paying a premium for any of these cases by the looks of things. There are other ones out there. What's your Cooler Master Cube thing? The Cube 800 or whatever?
Cube 500.
Cube 500. Yeah, Cooler Master Cube 500 is invertible.
Or Cube 500 V2. I can't remember exactly what it is, but yeah, it's the one that's spelled with a Q.
Yeah. Cube 500 flat pack. Yeah, we have one of these on the show at some point. If you pick up one of these, this case can go literally any direction.
Yeah.
By design, you can just put it any way up. You just move. It's modular, so you just move all of the stuff around to wherever you want it to be.
Yeah.
And then Montech HS. This is the last one, and then we're going to move on. Montech HS 501. Amazon, have you got it? Yeah.
That's a Montech XR.
That is not what we searched for. Thanks for nothing, Amazon.
That's a King 95.
I'm going to hacking. Ooh, I hate the Amazon website right now. HS 100 501. No, that's still not it. I'm blind. HS01. I don't think... Did I just misread that? HSO1. Yeah, I just added a 5 because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, the first result's the Montech website.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. 60 quid. Yeah, okay. This looks like a good low-tech option.
Nice.
Montech are kind of nice as a sort of a budget-oriented brand.
Oh, I don't like that description.
The vessel to connect your desire.
Will you be my HSO1?
Didn't the HS get cancelled? Or has it got as far as Birmingham so far?
It's going too far north anyway.
Anyway, HSO1 is indeed invertible. So that would be a left side case as well. There you go.
How much is it? Did you say it was £60?
Go back. What were those prices I saw at the top of the results? Hello? Here we go. 60 quid, scan computers.
Fine.
83. Yeah, it looks like 60 quid is the going rate for it. Maybe the RGB version.
60 quid.
Yeah, for a Montech, I'd expect 60 quid or less. That much being said, you know, the RGB version... The RGB version is going to get you... The RGB version gets you...
RGB fans. 5
RGB fans and RGB strips, which is fine. Yeah, I think 84 quid is kind of pushing it for a Montech, I think. I don't think their build quality is that good, because you're like at £80 plus, you're competing with Corsair now, and Corsair cases are all made of metal. Whereas, I mean, that much being said, it looks like that's an all-metal design as well.
How big is it?
It looks pretty big to... Oh, sorry, yeah. It looks pretty big to me.
Specifications. Thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if dimensions are really going to give you a sense of scale.
GPU card length, 400mm.
That's pretty big.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's only because, again, my only experience with Montech cases is they're not big enough for a real graphics card. Even if the case is this long, somehow they consume all the space with just plastic.
Gets in the way, yeah.
And
I think that looks pretty cool, yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah, visually, I think that's a nice looking case.
I definitely like it for £60.
Yeah, that's an interesting design, just going with no front fans, just having all your intake on the bottom. That's an interesting take.
Yeah, it's a good take. I like it.
Well, that's and dual exhaust fans as well.
What does that mean?
Because like looking at that, it's just like there's no reason why that doesn't work, and that's a very striking look.
Top radiator compatibility is 360.
Yeah.
Bottom is 240.
Oh, okay. No 280 support.
Interesting. It must be because part of the panel effectively gets in the way.
Yeah.
But still, you can just have bottom to top or top to bottom
Yeah.
airflow in it.
Also, like
That's cool.
I think 360 is a good size rad if you're building AIOs these days.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking to see if it had top fan
Yeah.
mounts, so you could do bottom to top intake
Yeah.
exhaust, kind of a chimney. A
Yeah.
chimney. So yeah, that's cool. Nice.
Makes water cooling a bit of a... Yeah, if you're doing an AIO, you'd have to put your radiator on the front or the top anyway. Otherwise, you're going to airlock the pump.
Or you could get a 240 and put it on the back.
I mean, yeah.
You could be the mad lad with the rear mounted.
Yeah.
And to really annoy people, it could be your intake.
All right, let's get this
And you
goddamn
exhaust out the bottom of your case.
Let's get this kiosk.
But anyway, I will return shortly.
Okay.
You can have fun with your Kiosk here.
Very well. See ya.
Goodbye.
All right. Okay, right. It's heavy. Ugh. Have I still got the phone in my pocket? I have. It's a good thing no one called the shop. Hold on, I'm just going to bin this somewhere. I'll put you in the naughty cradle for naughty phones. Okay, right. Yay, the streamer starts. Shut up, Si. Don't be that guy. Right. I'm going to stick this on a carpet tile because this thing is bastorially heavy. Whoops. Ooh. Okay. Right. Behold. So, this is a kiosk. This has come from the print shop in town. They have two of these, and so what happens with this is you walk into the print shop, you walk up to one of these machines, and you can put in a CD, you can put in memory cards, or you can connect your phone to the cables that come out the front, and you import the photos, and all the photos come up on the screen, and you say, I want these photos, order, and then I believe it then spits out a receipt, which you then take to the counter, pay for it, and then they then print those photos. So, and the idea is this one machine is basically ingest for any device. So, so yeah, that's the thing. They had two of these, yeah. Well, now they've only got one of them in there, and the owner of the shop is just like, we are really busy. Please get this thing working. We need a second one running. So, yeah. So these machines are privately owned. So this is just a computer in a metal box. So the shop owns this computer, so we can kind of do what we want with it. But it requires a license from Fuji to operate. So yeah, they sting you. I think they sting you like 300 quid a year or something for the license to run this thing. So the problem with it is that it doesn't boot. I'll power it up just for the sake of just making sure it's still broken. So let me just grab a kettle lead. I believe it's coming up with no boot device found. So I'm assuming that the main storage has failed. Right, and if I roll out the front, there's a big old power switch in here. Okay. So yeah, this is probably a fairly simple problem. The reason why we're doing it on stream is just because it's an interesting computer, basically. Hopefully it does something soon. There's buttons on the back of the screen for the OSD, which is kind of interesting. The other thing as well is this particular unit apparently broke down the other week where the receipt printer wasn't working because the cable was loose in the back. So we're also considering that there might just be a bunch of loose cables in this thing. Man, is it going to do something? Is it just really slow to post? You can walk across, it's fine.
I was about to say, do you want a drink or do you want cider? But I hadn't decided whether I wanted a drink or cider.
Ah, okay.
So I got stuck going.
Well, I'm going to have a cider. I'll have one of the medium dries or something. I should probably... I'll have whatever, actually. Does it have a hard drive? I don't know. Yeah, I saw a cursor there. Oh, there we go. Looks like it did a BIOS reset, maybe? Yeah, I just heard the click of a hard drive.
I see.
Yeah, I've no idea if this thing is even modern. God, what is it doing?
I'm going to go for a sweet. Would you like a vintage?
Yeah, I'll take the vintage.
So is this... I'm not microphoned. I forgot. Hello. I'll ask my question again. Is this just a normal computer in a fancy box?
Yes. Most kiosks are. The vast majority of any kind of kiosk or point of sale system that you see, however it's presented, is fundamentally... most kiosks or point of sale systems or whatever are, generally speaking, usually a micro ATX or mini ITX system in a fancy case with a touch screen, and usually somewhere in there you'll see just probably a bog standard motherboard. They're very rarely exotic hardware in there, just because it doesn't make sense to do custom hardware. All the expense is just in the enclosure.
I have done
So,
this incorrectly.
I was going to say, whatever you're trying to do, you're doing it wrong. Okay, so yeah, no boot device found. There we go. Oh, that's a nice cider, that. I was drinking the Stowford Press last night, and man, because we've been having really nice cider on the podcast, Stowford Press seems so basic now.
I really don't like Stowford Press.
Yeah, I've never considered Stowford Press to be like a super high quality cider or anything. It's just one of those, it's a not awful cider that you can buy from any supermarket.
Yeah,
but just because we've been having really nice stuff on the show, I'm spoiled.
Yeah, there's something in it that makes me feel unwell.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
Ow. I just banged my tooth.
My tongue.
Excellent. How do you install the Fuji film software? No idea. I'm really hoping that if the hard drive in this has failed, that we can get data off of it, because if I would not know where to start with setting one of these up if we have to do the software from scratch. What cider is that? These are the Cranbourne Chase ciders, which were very generously gifted to the channel. We had one or two of them as a gift, and we were like, wow, these are really nice, and someone bought a crate of it. It was a gift, wasn't it? You didn't get the Cranbourne Chase, did you? Yeah, someone else bought. I'm very sorry, I've forgotten who bought the Cranbourne Chase, but...
it was also several months ago.
Yeah, we've been slowly working through it. Yeah. I keep... Every time someone buys the cider, I need to remember to actually just put some masking tape on the box with their name on it, so we can keep saying, Joe Blogs bought the Cranbourne Chase, thank you very much, because I will forget. That's the problem. So yeah. Right. So we're going to turn this off, and we're going to try and we've got to find our way into the computer section of it first. We've got to
screen off.
Because then so the front bit rolls out, so I'm gonna have a look in there in a sec. This all rolls out.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna swing it round and get the camera on that in a sec.
That's kind of cool. So what does this actually do when it works?
So I've just explained all that to the camera, but to explain it very quickly, watch your cider, because I'm swinging this around.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you walk into the print shop, you put in your memory card, or you plug in your iPhone, or you put in your CD, it comes up with all of the pictures on that device. You select the ones you want, click order, it spits out a receipt which you take to the counter to pay with. And then they produce your photos. So, right, I'm going to swing this around. You're going to have to just figure out where to stand, I'm afraid. Sorry. Let's go bench cam with face. That was not... Oh, okay, you stood there. For a minute, I was about to say that was not planned. Where's the camera controller gone? Right.
Given any opportunity, I will take it.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
Sorry.
Still wrong way.
Right.
Almost.
I've downgraded the camera control software because the modern control software seems to just... Oh, okay. The modern control software doesn't like the Mark I cameras. All right, hang on a sec. Hold on a sec.
Oh, these are all Mark 1s, aren't they?
Yeah,
the full gimbal is Mark 1.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So yeah, these are the Insta360 Link 1 cameras. And when the Link 2 came out, they released version 2 of the software. But version 2 of the software feels like it doesn't like the older cameras as much. I'm not going to get conspiratorial about whether that's deliberate or not. Just the reality is I've found that the version 2 software just doesn't seem to be as reliable. So I have downgraded to the version 1.5 software to see if that makes the cameras just feel a bit better.
I'm just actually trying to remember where the other one of these is. Because I looked over there and then went,
yeah,
that's this one.
Yeah, there's another one over there, but it's behind the monitor because that desk is up very high setting at the moment. Yeah. All right. So, could you lower this down a bit so it can get a lower angle into there?
Yes. I think I'm capable.
Thank you. And it might actually be worth bringing this key light around as well.
I will attempt to. We will need to move the camera just because the camera is around the stand.
Yeah, I tell you what, hang on a sec.
If you wouldn't mind swapping it out.
We're on face cam. Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah, let's move this around just so we can get better lighting in here. This is one of those times where just the format of this is just not very compatible with what we're doing. However, thankfully everything is on stand, so we'll just move stuff around to fit. Okay. Because yeah, I'm going to need light in here as well. Oh my god, how on earth are we going to get into this? I wonder if I wonder if the bottom comes off. I might tip the whole thing over in a sec and just see if the bottom can come out. Oh, I don't see how it would. I think you might be right about the monitor coming off, actually. There's a... Okay, so... Let's... Okay, right. Bench cam. Right.
I think we want the cam a little higher. Or from the side.
Yeah, let's leave it where it is for a sec, just because I'm going to be moving it around a lot anyway.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right, so, things I'm observing. So, up here, there's a hinge along here, and the monitor can do that. Oop. Aha.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. This just got a lot easier, but also a lot more boring.
Is there literally a PC just mounted to the back of the screen?
It's a Lenovo in there. Okay, right.
What?
You recognise that chassis, folks?
Oh my god, there's literally just a mini PC.
Yeah, it's just got a mini PC in there. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but I half expected just there to be raw parts.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting, because I've taken apart kiosks like this before, and usually when you take apart a point of sale system, it's essentially a custom chassis. But no, they've just stuck a mini PC in there. But also, like, when those mini PCs exist, why would you not just use one of those? So yeah, I guess.
Whack.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
I'm intrigued by the USB hub.
Yeah. What else have we got? Oh yeah, yeah. USB hub down there. There's a flash drive in it.
Here's hoping the flash drive has the special custom software on it.
Maybe. Right, that rolls
There's
out.
a power supply.
So on this front drawer here, we've obviously got these bays here, and also there is the receipt printer mechanism and the receipt roll. So that's there, and that it looks like all of the front I/O is USB, because there's some big blue cables coming in. Yeah, it's all USB 3 coming up here, and then we've got this hub built in down here, which we've got a USB 2 going to the back.
Which is rear visible.
Yeah, we've got another USB there. One of these is probably going to the touch screen, because the touch screen's got a USB cable. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, so there we've got display. That looks like DVI, and then we've got a USB there, and then there's a power there. So one of those is probably touch screen. Then we've got what's that? CSR 4.0 Bluetooth. Yeah, there's its Bluetooth module. So just again, no need to complicate things.
Interesting. Yeah.
And what are you? Imagine. That looks like a licensed dongle to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a licensed dongle.
This is my dongle.
Whether it's still the active licensed dongle or not is another question, although, yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then, yeah, obviously we've got the power supply there, and then that. But then also there's interesting stuff here, because there's a discrete power supply for the mini PC up here.
Shall I push the camera in?
Yeah, let's, if you want, let's just get a quick internal look, Move that out of the way for a sec. Yeah, we can just have a quick look in there, and
there you go.
so yeah, we've got this big long power supply back here. There's the USB hub there, and yeah, there's the drawer mechanism that then rolls back into that void. And then if we pitch up a little bit, I can't. Hold on. I'll just do that. There we go, and now I can pitch up a bit further, and then so then there's the mini PC, and that looks like one of those Dell mini PCs that we looked at recently. Lenovo. It might be a Dell. I think that's a Lenovo though. And then there's the power supply for the mini PC. So this AC cable is going back to this big boy, because there's a big master switch on this that switches the whole show on and off. So I'm not sure why that's the case.
I guess just so it had a single power cable on the outside.
Yeah, but like I mean, this has got some 12 volt coming out of it for just auxiliary power to the front stuff for the printer and the things like that. So yeah.
Maybe having a mini PC was a different revision or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's definitely going to need blowing out.
Yeah, so these things are old. The print shop recently reopened, and they bought these from another place that had shut down, and they'd been in storage. So they've been in storage, and also they're just old machines. And kiosks like this, they're workhorses. They sit in, and they probably don't get turned off at night.
Yeah.
So these things just sit and run 24/7, 365. For who knows how many years, with zero maintenance, because the people who own these things are not IT experts.
Definitely could do with dusting out the card reader.
Yeah, maybe we see if we can, might be able to pull those out to have a look. Okay, let's see if we can get that mini PC out then, because then we've got something a bit more familiar. So, okay. Yeah, that's a Dell, because it's got the Dell connector on it. Display port.
Curse you, locking connector!
Ow. Yep. USB. That's USB 2. Oh, that's our touch screen. USB 3, USB 3, another USB 2. This is probably going down to that hub. And then Ethernet. The Ethernet, that goes all the way through to an Ethernet port at the back. So then at the back, you've just got AC in, Ethernet in, and that's technically all it needs. So yeah, I was actually very impressed at how clean the setup is. You can just plonk this on a sitting island, and you just have Ethernet power going into it, which again is nice, because normally when you see point of sale systems in shops, they are wretchedly horrible cabling setups for them.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you've got all of that integrated into your front counter, that's not the end of the world, but it just means that like you have to build it into a counter to hide all the cabling. Okay, right, how do we reckon? So that's not going to come out toward us because this flap of metal is in the way. So
There are...
oh, I think this whole thing is going to slide out.
There is a screw on the right-hand side.
On the right hand side. Oh yeah.
There, which I wonder if you have to loosen that off or something.
That is not accessible from the top, so I think that's a nut. Let's just slide that into view. There it is. Yeah, I think if we loosen that off, I think this metal plate will slide out. So yeah, let's get a pair of pliers on that, because I don't have any. Oh, actually, I'm just going to check if I happen to have my... I do actually own a small spanner set, if I can find it. That's the terrible thing. That's the terrible soldering kit.
I was going to say, that doesn't narrow it down.
There are a lot of terrible things in here, yeah. Right. No, I think that spanner set might be at home, so I'm just going to go onto it with a pair of pliers.
Is there a model number on this?
Nut driver set. I might have one, but I don't know if I can get in there. Unless, actually, where's the Proxon set? I don't know if that's got a nut driver that will get onto that. It might do. It's worth checking. Where have I put the Proxon screwdriver? I had it today.
Oh, the Proxon?
Yeah, I saw it. Oh yeah.
The Proxon's in the Proxon place. The place for the Proxon.
And the Proxon does not have any nut drivers in it. Unless... no. Denied. Right, pliers it is. Let's hope this isn't back-breakingly tight, and I'm going in there horrendously... no, hold on a sec. I'm just going to have to stick my head in there. Oh. God damn. This isn't going very well. Can I get better access there? Ooh.
I thought I'd found a firmware download for this machine, but I had not.
Ooh, that's not going to happen with those pliers. That is tight. Damn. Spanners weren't on my bingo card because, like, whoever needs spanners for computers. I'm trying with a different pair of pliers that have got a bit more grip on them.
Oh, that's up onto there. Yeah, fine.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've just cracked it. If I can get a couple of turns on that, I can probably get my fingers on. Cool. Literally got a pipe wrench in my tool chest. I see.
Is that for ensuring people pay?
Okay, I'm going to
I have serviced your machine. Ensure I do not service you.
Could you find me a pair of side cutters from the other bench, please?
I can do you a knife.
There are definitely side cutters there somewhere. There might be in the mugs at the back. Yep, that'll do it. Just so I can actually cut us in. Oop, thank you. Might have to replace these, but I'm just going to cut these wires down just so I've got nothing obstructing me. Right, then. Ooh, okay, that'll do.
That's how that comes off.
Yep. I didn't think that was going to come down that easily.
Ta-da!
Dusty. Okay, right. Right. Okay, we don't need anything else from in there right now. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to move. I'm going to take the kiosk and put it not here. I'm going to go around the other side, pick it up and put it down somewhere else.
Excellent.
And then we're down to just having a look at, then we've got to open up this box and see what's in it.
Which has Pro Windows on it.
Yeah, I thought I heard hard drive noises, but I'm having doubts now because it's a mini PC. It looks too new. Oh, let's make sure I don't shut my hands in this.
Oh, there's a USB.
That's fine, I'm not going to hold it closed. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure it didn't swing shut on my fingers.
Optiplex 7040. Are you okay? It sounded like you fell over.
I'm old. Okay. You heard the DVD drive. Yeah, I think you're right. It'll be a 2.5-inch hard drive. Yeah, it might be. It's 4th gen Intel. Gross. Yeah, I guess it can't be that modern because it was in it's in CSM boot by the looks of things. And yeah, 2.5-inch hard drive would explain why it's dead as well. Okay. Right. Let's get the top cover off of this.
Have a bench cam.
Cool. Right, I'm going to move toward you, so let's swap places.
Do that. And I'm going to go...
bench cam. Hello, front-facing light. There we go. Oh. Put you over there. Oh. Okay. All right. And Sai wins an internet cookie for being bang on the money.
Did it.
All right. Hey, it's got an M.2 slot though. So we can actually just stick an SSD in this.
The issue is the camera still skips.
Yeah, I can see from the lag. Yeah, I didn't think that was the software anyway. My beef with the software was there was a lot of just control issues. The gimbal wasn't working properly. Yeah, the camera skipping thing. I need to try different cables, or it's a driver thing. I need to try different cables, and I need to try just doing like a Windows 10 install on another computer, and just trying that.
Yeah.
So yeah, because the camera skipping thing, yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, right. So yeah, garbage drive. Let's plug this into. Do you want to go face cam?
Pow!
I'm going to plug this into the backup PC back here and see if it's absolutely munted.
Do you want me to zoom in on the backup PC?
Not yet.
Okay.
listening for clicks. Okay, it's mounting.
Excellent.
Right.
All 15 megabytes
There
of
is
data.
23 gigs used on this. So yeah, it is a slim setup. I'd almost wager this is designed to run on like thin clients with like a 32 gig compact flash card in them or something like that. This seems like extremely old tech running on comparatively modern hardware. Okay, right, I'm just going to snapshot this drive right now because it has mounted, so I'm just going to immediately try and get the data off of it. So,
That's smart.
yeah. Not going to do anything else, just immediately going to try and back it up. Fuji Kiosk.
Why would you put Windows 11 on it? What?
Ah. Fuji Kiosk. My God, why can't I type? Dollar disk. There we go. Okay.
I don't know how many people's photographs you expect there to be in 23 gigabytes.
Nothing. Yeah, this thing doesn't store customer data.
There is
yeah,
nothing.
Absolutely not. Yeah, this thing will absolutely not be storing customer data. That would be a privacy nightmare for the kiosk operator if the kiosks were actually saving the images. The images will get immediately sent off of the kiosk to a receiving computer, which will then process them and then delete them. But yeah, there's no planet where the kiosk would actually store the images.
Yeah.
Yeah. Windows 7 embedded or Win 10 LTSC. Yeah, I'm not sure what version of Windows it'll actually be running. Here's a thought.
Based on the sticker, it's not 7.
Consider the following. This thing took ages to post, and it looks like it was RAM training and threw up BIOS reset messages. I have a suspicion the BIOS battery is cooked, and it just needs to be put into UEFI boot, and there's nothing wrong with the hard drive.
Maybe.
I think it just needs a new BIOS battery.
Possibly. But also possibly for the princely sum of £17, you could put it on an M.2.
I'm still going to change the drive, yeah, because it's a 2.5-inch mechanical hard drive. It is destined for failure. To be honest, I'll be amazed if there's no bad sectors on that drive, because it's sitting in a tiny box in another box with no cooling.
Yeah.
So
As you're saying, for the princely price of £17, you can put 128 gig in there.
I was going to say I've got a 128 gig sitting in my spares pile.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. £17.
Exactly.
Now it has SSD performance. Not that it particularly needs it, but it's not a 10-year-old drive.
Yeah. And Marcel, yes, I think I did see you say that. So yes, I agree with you. Get the job to swap the other kiosk. I might well do. Once we've done this one, I'll probably say, do you want me to do the same thing to the other one? Because it's probably not far behind. And since we know exactly what it is, and also it wasn't that difficult to take these apart. I wasn't super looking forward to this job, which is why I booked it in to do it on stream.
Because then you were forced to do it.
Yeah, I'm forced to do it, and also if I've got to sit and spend 2 hours taking something apart, at least I've got some company while I do it.
Yeah.
Whereas doing jobs like this during work hours, when I've got 40 other tickets that I'd rather be doing, kind of sucks.
Yeah.
However, this actually wasn't that bad, and if anything, it will be nice to say, hey, by the way, these things are actually pretty maintainable.
Yeah.
Other than being 4th gen, which ultimately is kind of a non-issue, who cares?
Yeah.
But
it's also the case that given that this is the setup, in theory, you could just clone the drive of the other working kiosk. If you need to.
Yeah. The only unknown is how the licensing works. I'd have to ask the shop owner and I have a suspicion that the answer will be, oh, it was that USB thumb drive. I paid them the money and they sent me 2 of them, one to put in each kiosk. So in which case, we can just clone the drives and we don't need to worry about any of the licensing, because it's as long as the thumb drive is in there, they're licensed. So yeah, cooling paste must be chalky. Yeah, we may as well do that while we're here. I'm just going to check what the state of this battery is, and then while we wait for that, oh, it's already done because there was 24 gigs of data. Right. And our survey says, place your bets, everyone. What voltage is the battery going to be?
0.019.
Specifically.
I've no idea.
All right. And our survey says 42 millivolts.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah. 42 millivolts. So y'all are way too... Oh, let's see. I think William Rollinger was closest with 0.01. Minitam at 0 volts, not enough resolution. Sorry, you lose. All right. Cool. It's funny to just throw it across the room. It's comedy gold. Look at the reaction
it just sounded like you threw it at the softbox.
Oh. No, it might hit the monitor. All right.
My monitors.
Yeah. Your monitors specifically, because, yeah. I think half the monitors in this shop are yours, because you just come in with old monitors and be like, I don't need these anymore. And I'm like, so, like, do I own these now? Or are these loaners or what, you know?
It's okay, I'll call in the favour.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Hello, Graham, I own your shop. You're moving out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Am I? Yes.
This is how you do a hostile takeover. One day you'd be like, so I've totted it all up and I actually own 90% of your assets. So technically I own your company now. That's how this works. Good. All right. Let's do the thermal paste, because why the heck not? Can we take that all off as one shooting match?
I think so. From memory.
Do you want a bench cam so people can watch me take off a heatsink?
Yes.
Engaging content.
Too far. Oh. Yeah. What do you use to clone your drives?
So for this particular one, I still use Drive Snapshot, because I like Drive Snapshot because that comes off and gives you access to... Oh, it's got 8 gigs of RAM in it. I'm surprised. But then I suppose it... Well then.
You had thermal paste. Now you have a shadow.
I'll finish answering the question before we deal with that. Where was I? Yeah, so I use Drive Snapshot because it's still extremely convenient, because I hit back up and it makes a nice compact archive of the drive on one of my hard drives in a nice compact format that I can then open and browse later on or restore to another drive. If I'm doing disk-to-disk transfers, I use Macrium Reflect quite a lot at the moment, because Macrium Reflect is very good at handling big to small or small to big drives. Drive Snapshot's big weakness is that it cannot... it's not very good at resizing drives. It
is not designed to resize drives.
Yeah, it is not designed to resize drives. It can do a small to big drive, but it's not intelligent. It's a naive resize. And what I mean by that is, let's say a standard Windows drive layout is the EFI partition, C partition, so Windows, and then the recovery partition. So if you go from a small drive to a big drive, you need to resize the C partition. Now, if there was no recovery image, then drive snapshot can automatically extend C to fill the drive. However, it can't automatically move the recovery partition up to the end of the drive and then extend C. Whereas Macrium Reflect can do that, and it's extremely intelligent at detecting which partition is the main partition. So yeah. So when I'm making a backup, I use Snapshot. If I actually need to do a proper resize, I use Macrium at the moment. However, also, Side just says I use ESUS. ESUS is also very good at this, so personal preference and such.
Have you updated Snapshot?
I've got your version.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a modern version. Cool. Right. Well, let's clean up that thermal paste. The CPU is an i5 6500T. So yeah, it's probably been roasting a little bit. I don't know that it'll matter that much because this CPU is, what's the 6500T? 45 watts? I thought 35 watts.
I think so, 35, 45 watts.
Yeah, although that much being said, it's also just a tiny heatsink as well. So even though it's a low power CPU, there's not a lot of metal there.
Yeah.
Right, let's get some kitchen towel and some alcohol just to wipe that up.
Did you ever use the newer version of Norton Ghost I gave you?
No, I forgot I had it, but was there a reason why we would care about it, or was it just out of interest?
It was mostly just because you said, oh, occasionally I use Norton Ghost, and I went, oh, I have a newer version of Norton Ghost than you do.
Yeah.
Here's a newer version of Norton Ghost.
Yeah, so I used to use Norton Ghost way back when because that's just that's an imaging tool that I used to use with when I used to be a contractor. We used to ghost drives.
We used to ghost clients all the time.
Yeah, we used Ghost to clone drives back then because it's what my boss had and it worked. However, Norton Ghost is an offline cloning tool, and to my knowledge, I don't think even the new version has an online cloning tool, which just immediately makes it inferior to anything else on the market. And by online, I mean Drive Snapshot, Macrium, and ESUS, and so on. You can boot this computer up, and it can clone C drive that you're running from. So it is cloning the online system that is currently running, which is always changing. So it uses what's called shadow copy for that, which is part of Windows. But the point is, it can clone the live operating system that is itself running the software. Whereas an offline clone, you have to reboot from a bootable drive, which will then clone the offline disk. That's the difference between an online and an offline process.
I didn't realise that other stuff could do live backups.
Yeah, it's pretty common these days because shadow copy is a Windows feature, lots of software can leverage it.
Bothered to integrate with it.
Yeah, VSS is the technical term for it. Volume shadow, whatever that stands for. Yeah, volume shadow system
service.
Yeah, yeah. But VSS is the service name for that. Yeah. Volume shadow copy, but volume copy doesn't start with an S though. That's why I'm confused. So yeah.
Soppy. I'm just going to soppy my drive.
Okay, right.
Let's use my painter's toolkit.
Well, I'm going to try and scrape this off rather than use the alcohol straight away because this is probably dry enough that it might come off easier if I just scrape the worst of it off. And then I'll use the alcohol to get the remainder off. What, I'm going to sweep?
I mean, you swept this afternoon. That was the first time in 6 months.
Yeah? Well, it'll be down there for 6 months then, won't it? But then it'll get swept up. Next time I'll walk over to the bin for you, or I'll just put it all over my carpet tile. There's no pleasing this guy. Alright, that'll do. We don't need to sterilise it, we're going to put more thermal paste on it anyway. Ugh. Delicious bird poop. And by bird poop I mean GD900.
Oh, I thought you were going to say by bird poop I mean sigh.
What?
The thermal paste called sigh.
Is there thermal paste called Psy? I missed this.
Yes.
You could also use an NVMe SSD in there. Yeah, I think I probably will, just simply because that hard drive is an accident waiting to happen. Yeah, sorry. Size point here is not that we're going to put an SSD in there. The point is, this is this is Skylake, and the point is, it is compatible with NVMe drives, not SATA M.2 drives, so we can use a modern drive in here. Also, yeah, it's Skylake, not 4th gen, so Si, you're wrong.
Sky said 6th gen.
Did he? He said
Yes.
4th.
He said he says I have one that has a 4th gen in, but I believe that's because I swapped the case at some point.
Oh, okay.
It should have a 6th gen.
Right, okay, sorry, I missed that. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I just read the entire message because I wasn't doing anything.
I spoke out of turn.
I was just standing there sipping cider.
It was a tough esports moment. Is that still funny?
I don't even know the context.
Do people understand that reference?
Are you okay there?
Oh, it's my phone that's blowing up. Okay.
Yeah.
There's someone who's going to understand that reference and think I'm hilarious. Right, what way around does this heatsink go? Yay, or... There's arrows, but do the arrows point to the front?
Does the little...
Yes, I think the arrows point to the front. Oh, that's a horrible scraping noise. That can't be right. Do the arrows point to the back?
Yes, because the little bit of metal goes on the VRM.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's the direction of airflow, and it's blowing out the back. That makes more sense. Okay. Clean the fan. Honestly, it doesn't need it. I'm going to unplug it and show it to the camera just to make sure, the fan's fine, man.
That's impressive.
Yeah. There's no dust. Okay, people are going to be like, oh, that's dust. It's fine. It's fine. Don't need to sterilize it. Good grief. I would actually, I would actually wager that if you blew compressed air at that, nothing will happen. I mean, you can toothbrush it if you want, but that amount of dust ain't your problem, you know.
It's the dead battery.
Yes.
Have you confirmed that the one you put in there has voltage?
How dare you? This is a Power Owl.
It's
battery.
A powerful owl.
It's Spoiler Owl. 3.36, that's a record. Legitimately.
It's a record. It has power.
Oh, that's actually really high. I was going to say I have sometimes fitted the Power Owl cells and they've been 3.15 out of the packaging, and I'm like, I mean, it's fine, you know.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's more than 3.1. Okay.
I only use the finest, highest quality GP batteries.
Yeah, because those are definitely higher quality.
These are the batteries I steal from my GP.
Right. How does this work? God, everything keeps making metal scraping noises. I keep just getting little noises from it. I'm like, ow, my brain. Is that it?
Yeah,
I think
basically.
that's it. Yeah. Oh, it's a speaker. Cute. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right.
Oh my God.
Pass me my phone just so I can put it on another desk if nothing else. So what keeps...
Please do not unlock it on screen. I know what the channel name will be.
Yes. Oh, that's why it's blowing up. It's because I've been added to a TikTok promotion group. God, just Telegram is Garbo. The funny thing is, there are people in this group going, "Hi, what does this group do? I've suddenly found myself joining the group, but I have no idea." Okay, sorry, hang on. Put this on bench cam for a sec, because this is funny. We need to clown on some. Oh, we're already there. Look, I've been added to TikTok. Admin is typing. Welcome to TikTok promotion group. We invite you here. We are sorry if we disturb you. Please give us a few minutes and we will explain this group to you. Vance Gray says, hello, what does this group do? Jamie says, I suddenly found myself joining the group, but I have no idea what was going on. Just, my guys, you're being spammed. Leave the group. Report spam and leave. Why are you replying to it? Report spam and leave. What are you doing? Okay. Right, we should probably turn this on and...
confirm that it functions.
Yeah, I guess. So I'll grab... I'm going to grab a power supply.
Cool. My Ghost Spectre's over there.
Yeah.
Which will improve the M.2s.
Yes, I agree. Let's do that. However, I'm going to use my Ghost Spectre.
Oh, you
not because I think mine is better, but because I know where mine is now. However, there is a slight problem. Oh, is this even NVMe? Yes, it is. This is one of those annoying NVMe drives that have the B and M notches on them. Grr.
Go on.
Wait. Am I going insane? Seriously. Like, I know it's too long. That's not the problem.
Isn't this the Wi-Fi one?
Oh, it was the Wi-Fi cut. Oh, okay.
That's the Wi-Fi one because the notching is wrong.
Yes, I am going insane. I didn't see that there were two. Okay, yep.
Do you want to use like the correct one, the one that's here?
I'll use your correct one in a minute.
Ah, you should be so lucky.
In this particular moment, everyone in the chat has permission to clown on me because, yeah, that was 100% a skill issue.
Do you want to put it in the right hole?
Not going to lie, that was a me problem. All right. As a special treat, I've got a screw to hold it down.
Ah!
Oh, good job. All right. Has this got HDMI? Yes, it has.
Come here.
Have you got the HDMI lead down there as well? If not, I'll grab it. Oh, you don't because it's up here. Huh.
Ah! That was me!
Assaulted with HDMI.
Assaulted in high definition.
We're on bench cam, so we're only like in the corner, but... right, while you do that, I'm just going to quickly get this restoring
there's the HDMI.
Let's see. I'm just going to start restoring this to another drive. How much is that going to make me restore? Requires 231. Okay, that's fine. I can make that work. Ah. Right. Right, Cowdog is testing the computer. I'm just quickly going to start getting this uploading to an SSD. That drives a SATA 1 pane.
Where is
What are you
the
looking
keyboard
for?
and mouse?
Over there, next to the 3D printers.
Oh, yes. Mine.
Okay. Restore.
We have successfully had it go to sleep.
Oh. Oh, there we go, yeah. Yeah, I think you'll need to go into the BIOS config and change it to UEFI boot. I think it's defaulting to CSM. Because, as per earlier on, just as a reminder to everyone, I think the actual original fault with this isn't that the drive is failing, it's that the BIOS battery went flat, the BIOS reset, and it's CSM boot by default, which means it did not find the UEFI boot source. That is probably what actually went wrong with this system. So everything that we're doing now is actually more like preventative maintenance. The actual fault is comically simple. Oh no, what the hell is with this drive? Okay, fine. That's a 128. Do I have a single usable drive here? What about you? Doo-doo. Restore disk from file. Why am I doing this left-handed? Do you ever find yourself doing something cack-handed and then think, hey, actually I'm not bad at doing this left-handed, despite not having ever practiced it, apparently?
No.
Well, apparently I can use a trackpad left-handed surprisingly well. This is whack. I've got a couple of drives which won't copy because it says the sector sizes are wrong. I've got 2 drives that do that now.
Do you want me to set it to UEFI or leave it on legacy?
We want it to be, well, change it to UEFI because I think that's what it's supposed to be. Because if the default is legacy, that's why it doesn't boot. Failing that, I'm going to make it UEFI because that's what a modern system should be.
I will make it.
I will make it UFI. What size is this? 256. Okay.
I guess I'll get rid of enable legacy options as well then.
Disable legacy options, did you say?
I will remove the enabler
Correct.
of the legacy options.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Yeah, we do not want legacy boot. Nothing should be legacy. I'm surprised that that defaults to legacy boot because it's Skylake.
Yeah.
If it was 4th gen, I would understand it defaulting to CSM. But Skylake, why the hell are you defaulting to CSM on Skylake? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. The other thing as well we could do if we care is obviously BIOS updates and all of that jazz.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, for the what's the stream timer on?
For a second I was about to say 0 of 0%.
Outstanding.
Wait, that's the wrong counter. 2 hours, 20 minutes, 9 seconds.
Yeah, we got time. Let's BIOS update it. Not that we need to, but because we can.
What are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Is this a 740? Is that what we said? Yeah, Optiplex 740. Optiplex.
Dave Weldon says, I liked Skylake. It was a good James Bond movie. Has Graham been drinking? Yes.
Not enough.
Well, enough. I'm a cheap date and I'm only like just over halfway through this. It is 6.8% though, so. But I really like the vintages.
This package contains the Dell BIOS update. Is that what we want? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's version 1.17.1. Isn't that the version we already had?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Oh, no. We've got 1.59. Cool. Okay.
Oh,
download.
Thanks, Marcus. Could just let Dell command? What is Dell command, Si?
No.
Is this 1024 by 768? Probably because we haven't installed driver updates. Good evening from Kenya. Hello, Kenya.
How do I get the BIOS update? Don't tell me I have to run it from inside Windows.
Yeah, most likely on that, but also we can do because the system is booting. So, like, yeah, we can just, yeah.
May I have a thing?
Yeah, use that NetTac one in front of my mug.
Yes.
Yep. All right, I am doing thing. All right,
I am sitting down.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian, that got a chuckle out of me. Can you believe it? Shouldn't laugh at that, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm doing the data transfer. I'm waiting for progress bars.
I'm in Kenya. Oh, look, it's a lion.
We can be slightly less racist.
No, well,
We have a choice. We cannot make the racist jokes.
I'm sorry. It's just circle of life.
Jesus wept.
It's the Lion King. This utility will update the BIOS. Would you like to update the BIOS? Preparing to update the BIOS.
Are we still on capture, just out of interest?
We are on capture.
Cool, yeah. Deadbroke3D says, not trying to sound mean, but I've been in the other room listening, and I swear I keep hearing Miss Doubtfire. No idea how.
Magical Trevor.
Sai says, it's their updater, just the business one that works, not the consumer one that's pants. Fair enough, yeah. I was going to say, the only disadvantage of these Ghost Spectre drives is that Windows Update is mega disabled on them. So,
I mean, to fix that, you go to the Windows Update page, you go check for
enable.
updates, and it checks for updates.
Fair enough, yeah. I feel like if I'm going to do that, there's no point in having the Ghost Spectre build, though.
You should probably update to the new Ghost Spectre build on that drive, just because there's like 4 new versions since we made it. So you might as well just run the newer version.
Do we care?
Well, just because it's got the Windows updates. So
I guess.
So it's the updated version of Windows.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's the only reason to care.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why we would want Windows Update is so it would have the ability to install drivers and stuff like that when we put it into a system. But also the point of running Ghost Spectre is the fact that it is frozen in time and does not change itself at any point.
Updating your firmware. Not your system's firmware, not your computer's firmware, your firmware.
I hate that kind of personalisation.
You are being patched to Graham 1.1.
I'm being de-Grahamed at the moment. Yeah, I hate that kind of personalisation. Like, it's the whole, like, this is one of the reasons why I actually liked it when Windows changed it from my PC to this PC. Like, I don't like the whole my whatever and updating your firmware. I'm like, well, no, it's not my firmware, it's the computer's firmware. Updating the computer's firmware. This computer's firmware is being updated. It's not my firmware. It is the firmware on the computer. I just don't like that kind of mindset.
Being upgraded to Dave.
Yeah. Personal computer? Yeah, personal computer, yeah. I mean, that was kind of a bit of... Was that a bit of a mouthful, or are we just splitting hairs at this point? Yeah.
It's not even your firmware either, it's Dell's IP too.
Graham going off on things he cannot control again. Look, I only rant sometimes. Upgrading to Furry 1.1. We're way past that version.
You should see my enhanced hair growth.
Let me tell you about Warren's Fast Fur Shader.
Why are your Warrens furry?
If anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about, then kudos. I will not elaborate. Right, that has finished. I'm going to move Snapshot onto the next thing. Store disk from file.
Store
Fuji
disk
Kiosk.
on file. Wait. Oh,
Next.
broke it.
Have you actually, or just...
Well, it's black screen now.
I see. It's probably just RAM training. Oh yeah, I was going to tell a story. Yeah, I did I fixed a Dell XPS earlier on today by doing a BIOS update on it, and everything was okay. But it did that thing where there was a pending BIOS update on the Windows drive. So after I just re-flashed the BIOS chip on this laptop and it had posted, it tried to boot into Windows, then rebooted and started doing a BIOS update. And I'm like, so help me, if that update bricks the laptop again, I'm going to throw it out the window. Thankfully, it was okay.
Was that on video?
No, sadly not. It's been another stressful week, and annoyingly, I did that stupid thing where this laptop had been kicking around for too long. It had taken me too long to get to it, so I was like, fine, just forget the video, just fix the goddamn laptop, put it on the bench, and I thought it was going to be a no fix because it was just, and the BIOS update was kind of a just Hail Mary, and well, surprised, the BIOS update fixed it, and I was like, god damn it, I should have been recording. Kind of another case of I really should just, when I'm in that mood, I should just hit start recording and then just not talk. Like, just record the process, but just not give commentary, because then I can always voice over it afterwards if I actually end up with an interesting fix. But whatever. But yeah. The shop remains wretchedly busy, so stress.
It's okay. Just tell everyone that's coming through the door that every repair is £500.
I think I'm stopping mail-ins.
Every repair. All of them.
Well, I've been turning away some jobs and just being like, sorry, I'm fully booked. Try me next week. But like mail-ins, I think I am actually just going to just stop doing mail-in repairs, which makes me sad because now and then there's a really easy one that makes a great video. It's great content. It's easy money. Everything is fine. But I'm just not organized enough to handle the mail-ins, because you've got to come in, unbox it, book it in, then you do the repair. Then even if whether you repair it or not, you've then got to box it up, address it, get it in the post and stuff. And I know there's going to be some people who are like, that's really easy to do. It's not hard. Hell, the post office is right across the road. All I've got to do is put it in a box, walk across the road and say, I want to send this to there.
The worst part is you don't even have to do that.
My brain is too ADHD to do any of it.
When the postman comes with your post, you can give him the package and go, this needs sending. And he goes, okay.
I've still got to do that, though. I've still got to organise that to get
What, you still have to just talk to him?
Yeah.
You have to talk to people in this customer-facing role.
I need a PA who will work for free.
No, they don't even need to work for free. You just need to charge money, Graham. You need to have a fee structure that exists.
Bert, you're shouting again, Bert.
You need to stop telling your customers they can buy it cheaper on eBay.
Can you have an apprentice for that? Number one, I value apprentices too much to make them do crap jobs. But also, number two, apprentices with the best will in the world. Yeah, what is this thing doing? What was it doing the last time there was a picture on the screen? It was
flashing the firmware.
Okay. Also, with the best will in the world, apprentices are not smart enough to do this kind of work. You have to tell them exactly what to do, and by the time I've done that, I could have just done it myself. I'm kind of inclined to turn this off and on again.
Broke it.
Probably. Updating your firmware, yeah. Whose idea was it to BIOS update this? Oh, I just saw the activity LED flash. It just
the activity
did something.
LED light has been flashing, but
Okay.
like nothing's been happening.
I'm turning this off and on again. Die. In before we have to hecking BIOS reprogram this now.
Marcus will owe you something because it was his idea.
Marcus will owe me. What does Marcus owe me, chat? Face cam then. Stand by. Well, actually go face cam with capture because, yeah, we are kind of black screen at the moment. It's a Dell. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's fine. Turn it off and on again. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. NetApp programming EC chip? Probably.
Ta-da!
Outstanding. Okay. Do you want to drop into BIOS and just confirm it actually did all the firmware updates? I'm sure it did, but for the sake of the stream, it's nice to just be like, look, the version number is higher now. Lucky Escape is fine. Well, you say Lucky Escape, but this is the thing. Once you own a BIOS programmer and you've learned to reprogram BIOS chips, you just don't afraid of anything anymore. It's wonderful.
Not just a BIOS reprogrammer.
A T78, baby. It's so fast. It was worth every penny.
Are you suddenly realizing that maybe when everyone was like, your programmer's really slow, get a fast programmer. Get a faster programmer, Graham!
Not gonna lie, T78 worth every penny. It's so quick. Huh? Oh, did it just not? What were you pressing to get into BIOS?
F12.
Were you pressing FN F12?
Yes.
Try FN F2 then, because that should take you direct. Or do shift reboot. But yeah, anyway, point is learn to reprogram BIOS chips, everyone, because then you don't afraid of anything anymore. It's fantastic. Right, I have imaged this hard drive onto a SSD. I do want to downgrade the SSD to a 128 gig because I'll give the customer that for free because I've got no use for a 128 gig SSD.
All you need to do is then compact it.
Yeah, however, I'll do that off stream because Macrium is kind of slow. So we'll stick this in there just for the sake of going, look, it works now. And then off stream, I'll just, because this is a 256 and I had to image it onto a 256 because snapshot. But last step is just to image this down to a 128 gig, which I will give the customer for free because I have a couple of them in my spares pile, which I'm not going to use for anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah. Why free?
Ta-da!
Sell it to them for 20 quid and have 20 quid. I'm just going to charge them 60 quid for the job.
UFA.
UFI.
Legacy disabled. Always.
Cool. All right, turn it off. I'm going to...
Is the date and time remotely correct? No.
May as well set that, I guess. Are we going to try and boot it as is with the... Well, let's see what happens when we put this in. It might turn around and start complaining, but I guess we'll find out.
Good. What are we?
Fear maker scared
18.
That's why you need to don't afraid of anything.
Oh.
It's going to need the USB stick. I guess we'll find out. Recommendations for a cheap M.2. Whatever Crucial are selling, quite frankly. However, right now, these ADATA Legend 860s, these are on spire.co.uk for like £41 for 1 terabyte. And these seem fine. It's a Gen 4 SSD. Obviously, it's whatever the term is. It doesn't have any cache, so like when you do big transfers, the speed will collapse. But that's what happens on cheap SSDs. Other than that, whatever Crucial are selling, the Kingston NV3 is comparable to Crucial's offerings. The benchmarks are about the same, and those are quite cheap as well. Again, though, these are all cache-less drives, and the speed will collapse when you're transferring more than 20 gigs or so. They can sustain their high speed for 60 seconds, and then the speed will crash down to about 150 megs per second. DRAM-less, yeah. But if you want anything better than that, you're going to be paying Samsung prices, basically. What time is it? 6:15. Huh. It's carnival night, so if you hear any weird carnival noises, the carnival is going by. We weren't expecting them for another hour. What about the Fangjiangs? Maybe, don't know. Don't think I've tried any of those. Spire also have the Western Digital SN5100 stuff. Fair enough. What's going on? This is turned off at the moment. What are we doing?
Oh, I plugged it in and pressed the power button and it turned on.
I'll press the power button again.
And then it turned off.
Yeah.
It turned itself off. It went, no, I don't want to be on anymore.
For a moment, I'd been talking and I was like, why are we just staring at an off computer?
Ah, it's Windows 10.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Not
dun.
surprising. Oh, I guess it could have been a 7, but yeah. I don't think it would have been 7. What's going to be interesting is to see how it auto boots up. It might go. Theoretically, it should go straight into the interface for whatever it's running.
When you plug in Optiplex, it will cycle once and turn off. Even if you press the power button afterwards.
Maybe.
Inaccessible boot device.
Boot it into safe mode. That's interesting though, because that implies that it's expecting CSM boot.
Yeah.
Which kind of torpedoes our theory that it's a UEFI booting drive. Obligatory xylophone at a carnival. Yeah, real.
Ba, 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 ba.
Disable rapid storage. Yes, good shout. Yeah, do that. Go into BIOS. Yeah, Lewis. I think Lewis is on the money there. If we put it into ACPI,
Probably.
is it ACPI? Am I going mad? Is that yeah? AHCI. That's the one. AHCI.
Disable what? Change what?
Go down to system configuration.
That one.
SATA operation AHCI.
Oh, I see that one.
I don't know if this affects M.2 drives. I've never been certain, but just try that and see if it works. I'm curious. Theoretically, this shouldn't matter because it's an NVMe drive, not a SATA drive, but also I'm not sure how this affects things. Hello, Pianov. If UEFI versus legacy boot shouldn't try to boot Windows at all. Yeah. Yeah, that reinforces the concept that it's a rapid storage issue. However, in any case, booting it into safe mode will fix this. However, yeah. So my opinion on this. So this BIOS defaults to CSM boot, so we're having to do custom settings anyway. If it defaulted to UEFI rapid storage technology, then I would change Windows to work on that, so the computer will work on the default settings. Still, okay, fine. Boot into safe mode. So just keep cycling it until it crashes into recovery mode. I will just turn it off and on again. I think it's starting. The power light is still on. Remember the days when you could just press F8 to get into safe mode and you didn't have to do this bloody song and dance with turning it off and on again? My biggest dislike of modern Windows is just how much of a faff it is to get into safe mode. Likely the BCD config. Not for an accessible boot device. There we go, automatic repair, yeah. IRC safe mode wouldn't fix it if it was installed with RST drivers. Maybe. Safe mode generally fixes anything regarding boot modes in my experience, unless it's a UEFI CSM boot issue, but don't know. We'll see what it does in a sec. There is safe mode BIOS shift restart. That doesn't help when we're blue screening though. Alright, so if you go advanced options, I don't know why I'm telling you, you know how to do this.
And then what do you want?
Troubleshoot.
So do you want safe mode?
Yeah, advanced startup settings, restart, and then we're going to do 4 for safe mode. So when we go into safe mode, it will try to boot up by 4. Yeah. So now it will try to boot up by any means it can, and then it will reconfigure to whatever it has. Bam, and it works. Now when we reboot into normal mode, it will save that new configuration. So yeah. So now just restart it.
Ah, okay.
Oh, are you just checking in case it does something sensitive? Yeah. That isn't... Oh. Well then.
There are no power options at all. Shutdown is not available.
It's probably configured to prevent people doing like shutdown hotkeys and things like that because it's a kiosk. So yeah, this is an ancient ass version of Windows as well, because look at that top. Do WinVer? This is like 1909 or something like that. 1709, wow. Outstanding. Command restart, I guess. Yeah, terminal restart.
What is it? Shut down.
Yeah, shut down dash
Shut down.
dash R space 0 for immediately.
Is it dash T0?
Yeah, dash T0 maybe. Yeah, space 0. I think it's that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's shut down, restart in 0 seconds, just for clarity. Right.
Yeah.
Can't spam Alt F4, probably not. This kiosk is out of order. Yeah. So it's probably done this because it has not detected certain hardware or licensing or something like that. Secure computer shell. I see. This is kind of interesting because like we're seeing a little bit of behind the scenes there. Did you see it with the Bluetooth monitor there?
Yeah.
Where it was looking for Bluetooth devices and stuff. Hey, it is actually booting up though. Cool. All right.
Error code Mac01.
Yeah.
This isn't a Mac.
So I'm guessing it's coming up with this because there's no license for it. But it might also be doing that because it hasn't detected. Wow. Fascinating. It's curious how they've locked this down to prevent people from messing with it. Are you just alt-tabbing there? What were you doing
just spamming Alt F4.
Yeah.
It will
look, it just reboots it. Yeah. That's kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Right, we'll stick the what's the timer on?
243.
243. Okay, we'll I'll quickly try and Macrium this onto another drive. There's 23 gigs of data. It's not going to take 5 minutes. So let's just power this off unceremoniously. Die. I'm going to quickly Macrium this onto a small drive because then theoretically we can probably just reassemble it and hopefully it will start up and we can just see it running. Yeah, it's probably pissed off because it's got no license key. So that's not really surprising. Right, where's this trash? There we go. Here's a 128 gig SSD. Are you SATA? I think you're SATA because you're double keyed. Really annoys me when the label does. Yeah, it is serial ATA. Right, where's my SATA adapter? It's there.
Ooh, Amazon just brought me my 9070. Excellent. Jolly good. Graphics.
Your 9070 XT or?
No, well, it said 9070.
Why are you buying a 9070 or is that just for a client or something?
I'm not. I was just reading chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
I was just like, ooh, 9070. Very good.
Yes, good choice. Yep. Very enjoyable.
I hear those are graphics cards.
Graphics.
Why are you tempted to order pizza? Because pizza is an excellent choice. This would now be an excellent time to do that riff from Wayne's World, but unfortunately I do not know it, so I cannot do it.
There we go. I was looking for a USB cable. I found one.
I'm going to plug in this device via USB.
Yeah, it's a SATA SSD, so it's either that or reboot the computer and plug it into the M.2 slot, but USB is easier. Okay, right. Macrium. Whoops. And
Macrium, give me your reflections.
Stick a heatsink on that as well. Okay, refresh disks. Wow.
Refresh disks. You have the freshest disks. I mean, true. Don't tempt me though. I will blame you. You may blame me for your pizza experience. Only if it's a good experience.
Come on, Windows. What are you doing? Are you going to mount the drive?
Or as Bart Simpson used to say, my compliments to the delivery boy, pizza.
There we go. All right. Okay, clone this disk.
Definitely needs to be stuffed crust. Yes.
See, I like stuffed crust, but also I can't actually eat that much food. So by the time I've eaten all of the topping part of the pizza, I'm too full and do not desire the stuffed crust. So I'm just paying extra for nothing. That much being said, though, in recent times I've discovered the joy of air fryer to reheat your pizza. It is the best ever. Microwave pizza is garbage. Cold pizza is garbage. Air fryer, 175 degrees, 4 minutes. And you will have perfect pizza.
I wouldn't know.
Right, shrink or extend. You have been furnished with information. All right, Macrium is doing the thing.
Excellent.
Hopefully it won't take abominably a long time. And hopefully that has actually negotiated USB 3 speeds, because otherwise we are going to be here a while. That's reading. Which one is writing? Disk 3. All right, we are writing at 70 megs per second at the moment, so okay, it's not that bad. What does SATA top out at? 500, yeah. It's not actually going to do that though, so whatever. All right, yeah, that's like 5% there already. That's fine. It's not going to take long. We got time.
Are you going to get the kiosk and put it up?
I
and
guess.
Prepare.
I think we'll do that in a moment because I've still got to put the covers on this and stuff. So yeah, I can hold out a little bit longer. Our device is never going to hit the drive hard enough. No, I mean, we're putting this SSD in there for preventative measure because the hard drive is going to fail at some point. It's also nice because it just means that the kiosk has got a better recovery time if it has issues. It means that it won't take it 10 minutes to boot up. Although it probably doesn't anyway, but this is kind of an overkill repair, but also just SATA SSD, sorry, 2.5-inch SATA hard drives are so awful that it's just, don't ever entertain the idea of using one in the year 2025. Just no. Just replace on site, especially when the device has 20 gigs of, there's 23 gigs of data. Like, why would you not just stick a tiny SSD in there? What size? Yeah, I am using a full-length SSD, so yeah, that's fine. Caradog actually eats tiny steaks in Monaco. Air fryer placebo is real. Stephen, or Stefan, have you ever tried air fried pizza? It is better than microwave pizza. I will fight you. I will die on this hill.
Step hen.
Very fortunate to be able to grab a drive image from that 2.5-inch drive. Yeah, we were lucky that the drive hadn't failed, because when we started this, I was fully prepared for just a failed drive. And then it was going to be a matter of, like, we would have been able to diagnose it on stream, but I would have had to go back to the client and be like, you're going to have to get on the blower to Fuji and find a disk image for this, or I'm going to have to take apart your other kiosk, which is going to suck because then you won't have either kiosk in running condition. And yeah, it would have been rough.
How many slices of pizza can you fit in an air fryer? I mean, I feel like an air fryer. It's like this.
Two or three, but also
you
could probably stack them. Also, it depends on if you've got a big air fryer, like if you've got one of those double air fryers.
And then you get the other tray out and you put another 2 there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong, putting it in an oven is also going to be good, but your oven takes 10 minutes to warm up. This is the thing about the air fryer. 4 minutes, man. 4 minutes, and it is like the pizza just got cooked.
Is that because it just got cooked?
Well, it's been reheated, but it's been...
Have you tried air frying a non-cooked pizza yet?
No. That would theoretically work, but like you wouldn't be able to fit the whole pizza in the air fryer.
air fry half a pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, though, like, big air fryers don't make a lot of sense because at that point it's just like, just use the oven. Have you tried to air dryer a pizza? I'll fit you in an air fryer in a minute. I wish you would, Si. I don't know what I mean by that. We are 50% there on the disc transfer. Put a pizza in a blender and then put the blender in the air fryer. The blended pizza, not the blender. Right. Is there any tech news this week that we can talk about while we wait for the copy? I don't think anything fun is happening at the moment.
No. The little pizzas, yes, the little like microwave pizzas. You could air fry them.
You can, yeah. I have done that in the past, but also they're just not. They're soggy, man. They're soggy. Yeah, I'm not into them. I used to eat a lot of like the Chicago Town mini pizzas. Used to have those all the time back at NetPlay because you could microwave them. But yeah, they're pretty bad, man. And yeah, even in an air fryer, they're still not great in an air fryer. Mainly just because they're deep dish.
Oh man,
deep dish is bad.
Remember when Lidl used to sell the 2 burgers for like 89p? They're like microwave burgers that were like 2 burgers for like 89p.
Let's see. Did you see the Xiaomi 17 Pro phone? I did. It looks like an iPhone 17 Pro, except it's got a little screen on the back. It's kind of funny how they cribbed Apple's homework and then made it better. It's extremely funny.
Oh, I see. Huh.
Do a quick capture just so people can see a picture of it.
I'm actually going to go browser with chat.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to go.
Yeah. It is extremely funny how Xiaomi just took the iPhone 17 Pro and then made it slightly fancier.
Xiaomi 17 Pro.
What? Oh, it caught up slightly. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think there's something up with the setup here because the mouse was super laggy earlier on today as well. There's something funky going on with that wireless keyboard and mouse. Let's see. Nvidia buying some of Intel. Yeah, Intel limps on. But yeah, look at that. That's kind of
whack.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what I mean?
What?
I still don't care for these little screens. Like, we have OLED now. You just power on the main screen. I see no purpose for these little extra screens. Same with foldable phones with the screens on the back. I'm just like, just open the phone. Just open the phone, man. They've never, like, back in the days of foldable phones, you had the external screen and the internal screen, and like we moved to candy bar phones because we didn't need foldables anymore, or sorry, clamshells. So like, this is cool. I just don't see the point. You can do selfies with the big camera.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I guess.
It's the same thing with this.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can do that. And you
yeah,
can
but also that's a
on there.
foldable. You've now got, like, how big is that unfolded? 10-inch?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like
you've got small tablet-sized phone when that's unfolded, so it makes sense. Okay, right, that is done. Close. Safely eject. Safely eject.
Safety eject.
All right. That goes in that. Herder, why won't this fit in the Wi-Fi slot?
know, Graham. I'm a professional.
I do this for a living.
Stop running.
That way, which way round? That way went that way round.
Oh no!
I'm putting the, just putting this thing back in just for the purposes of completion. What are you oh-knowing at?
I got a notification. It just said, your payment of £8 is due on Tuesday. There is still time. Like, okay.
That's oddly threatening.
It's just
That way
because
round?
it had clipped the message, but it was the way that it clipped it.
All right, here we go. You have been serviced. Cool. All right, I can go there. That's you, isn't it? That's you as well.
Yes, it was in my motherboard box.
Yep. I'm going to put that up there. Okay, right. I'm going to go get the kiosk.
Cool.
Right, we're nearly there. My mind fades. There it is.
I'm fading.
Ow. Thank you.
Oh, how do you turn this on?
Yep.
How do you turn this on when it's in there?
Oh, the BIOS would have been configured to turn on automatically after power failure. So
I
we're
was just
gonna,
making sure it booted. It did.
yeah. So we're gonna want to change that. Clean the exhaust fan in the kiosk. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do that right now because that requires carrying it out the back where the thing is. However, I will give it a quick blowout before it goes back to the client. But we don't need to do that on stream. Not bad, 20 quid an hour. That's pretty bad, to be honest,
Damn it.
for this job. But also, like, it's the stream, man. Like, if I weren't a pint deep on high strength cider and I wasn't in the middle of a live stream, this would have been like a half-hour job. Just saying so you don't forget. That's fair, that's fair. May have even been set up to turn on and off at certain hours. I doubt it. You could do that, but I doubt it.
Did it just turn itself off again and not back on?
Mm-hmm. Powering up. I do have more fun with the vintage ciders, I'll give you that much. I charge more, it prints money for the shop it's in. This is one of those difficult things where...
Do you want to, like, actually respond to the keyboard commands? You bastard device.
I'm
You're actually
cool.
going to the BIOS.
I'm assuming it's a skill issue.
Oh, yeah, it is as well.
Owned. Mega owned. Who else was it? Yeah, you're probably right, Si. The print shop is a friend, though. The print shop is a friend. I sold them a computer recently. So, yeah. And also, like, I'll do this cheap and be like, hey, you want to let me service the other one? Because that's probably going to do the same thing. And so I can do them another 60 quid to do the same thing to the other one, you know. But, yeah.
Yes!
Anyway, this is probably in let's see. Power management. Halfway down. But not halfway down, but yeah.
Damn it. Power management, AC recovery.
There we go. Power on.
Power
Yep.
on. Auto on time? That was not configured. Cool.
Yeah, I can't see a world where they would have had that configured. You
USB
could
wake
do
support
that, but
is on. Good. Wake on LAN is disabled.
I don't think they would have been using any of this.
No.
We just need it to switch on when we turn on the big clunking switch.
Intel ready mode.
What is that? It will replace S3.
To put your computer into an always aware state that allows you to interact with it even while the PC is asleep. What?
Huh.
What is this?
Yeah.
Is this the press the internet button on your motherboard to boot into a fast booting internet browsing mode?
I mean, maybe, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's just a universal, like, anything will wake up the computer thing. Whereas S3 is technically a standard and therefore only certain things are allowed to wake you from S3.
Please wait.
Why are we going into recovery?
Please wait. Please wait.
That's fine. Just leave it there and I'm just going to pull the power. Whatever it's upset about, we can fix that when it's in the kiosk.
Yep. Go.
All right. Okay. Let's see. We're just going to do this on Facecam. You guys saw the inside of the computer earlier on in the stream.
Facecam.
We don't need to rearrange the setup again. Right. I'm just going to get this under the thing again.
Ready?
Hold on. Thank you.
Oh, that's on my hand.
Oh.
That's no longer on my hand.
Sorry. All right. Where's the... Oh. I was like, where's the thing? Right, which way up were you? You were upside down. That's going to go in like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
I thought the power supply went in this side, but
No.
it didn't. It went in that
Yeah,
side.
and there's the thing,
Yeah.
so that works. And that's...
Where is the power supply? The power supply is still
Hanging down.
there.
Yeah.
Good. I too keep my computer in my monitor drawer.
Could you do me a solid and just shine a torch in here? By some means, your phone, anything will do.
Anything will do.
Okay, I got it.
Did it!
That was actually completely unhelpful that I managed to get it in. Thank you for trying, though. Right. Put you back in, and I guess I'll just tweak you up with some pliers for good measure.
For posterity or
There we go.
something. Ooh, dinner.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's tied up there. That's fine. Right. Cables. Right. Ethernet. USB 3. USB 3.
Did it.
Probably the hub. The touch screen. Display port. Power's already in. That's all in.
What?
And yeah, that's all fine. Everything goes in there. Nothing is clashing. Yeah. Shove a power cable in the back. Whoops, the power switch was already in the on position. Okay. And alert, keyboard not found. Oh, that's fine. It's automatically advanced past it. Fine. Cool. Na 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 na.
Did it.
The kiosk is out of order. Right, let's see if it comes up in order. If there's issues with the software, then I don't know what we're going to do about that. I guess we'll just have to... I'll have to converse with the client and be like, okay, I don't know how to fix this because I don't know anything about this software. Doing something.
Ensure IKT is running.
Oh.
Please wait.
I was going
Download in
further than you
process.
did before. I was about to say it might be looking for a server on the network.
There we go.
Yeah,
Touch screen to begin.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. It's doing stuff. Cool.
Excellent.
I see. What the hell is that? Is that a license
That's
agreement
terms
or
and
something?
conditions.
Oh my god! It just saw a wall. I'm just looking at the preview and I just saw a
Yeah.
wall of text.
There you go.
Neat.
Done. Ta-da!
Nice. All right. That's a fixed computer. Yeah.
£10,000 for fixing this industrial device.
Yeah. Well, as I say, the person who owns the shop, I'll do them. I'm going to do the mates race because they're a friend, and also like, I appreciate their gumption right now because oh, that was a lot of stuttering, wasn't it? Well, actually, no. Sorry. Let's explore that. Ugh. God knows what that is. Whatever. As long as it comes good afterwards. Loose cable. I'm gonna... when I dust this out, I will probably... Yeah, it seems fine. Yeah. When I dust it out, I'll cable tie those cables back up the top. I didn't just then because I was like, oh, that's fine. They're not in the way of anything. But I think I will anyway.
Just
to
make
make sure
everything is...
Yeah, mainly for the purposes of ensuring that the cables cannot move. So yeah. All right, where was I? Yeah, shop owner recently sort of rejuvenated the shop because the shop went under in COVID, I think, and then the person, not the owner of the shop, but the person who was actually like managing the shop and behind the counter every day, they ended up basically buying the rights to the business and bought up a bunch of the old equipment and was just like, yeah, I managed this shop for years. I know how to run this show, so I'll just resurrect it myself, and just bought all the equipment, bought the name, bought some kiosks, and is now running the show themselves. And I'm like, good for you. I'm happy for you. So I'm not going to gouge them for this because I don't need to. Yeah, that's just the monitor controls on the back, it seems. It's nice that the monitor controls are actually accessible because on a lot of integrated systems like this, if there's any issues with the screen, then shrug, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
Franchise place. Nope, completely independent. Again, that's kind of why I don't want to gouge them because it's a local indie shop, and I believe that local indie shops should do favors for each other when they can. As long as they actually like demonstrate it. I have had other local indie businesses not do favors for me before, and I'm like, I'll remember that when you need my services. So yeah, however, when possible, try to look out for your neighbors. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That's us done. Yeah, this thing needs a dust out, but you know, I can do that off stream. Fundamentally, this is fixed. Fundamentally, I think it was just that dead BIOS battery as predicted, but that was kind of an interesting dive into... so if you're in the business and you ever get faced with a kiosk like this, they're not that... like this one was super easy because it just had that mini PC in, but even if it hadn't been a mini PC, it would have been just like an ATX micro ATX motherboard in there with a hard drive just bolted to the side of the chassis. They're not that complicated. The hard bit is just actually getting into the chassis. Once you've gotten into the chassis, you're laughing. So yeah, hopefully that was kind of interesting as a be not afraid kind of thing. I've enjoyed this stream in POS. Cash machines are very similar, yeah. The big scary part is, get out of the way. I think the big scary part is licensing and if there is any licensing, and if there is server stuff on hand. Like, it would not have surprised me if this had thrown a hissy fit again and said cannot find server, because it wouldn't boot up without there being the till on the network. That can be complicated because because at that point we'd have to be like, it might work, but we're going to have to take it on site and plug it in and hope that it works.
Yeah.
So that can be complicated. But in this instance, yeah, it's demonstrably working now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the chance that you can still find the old software for this, well, Fuji are still handing out licenses for this. This is official Fujifilm software. So that's the point where I would have said to the customer, get on the blower to Fuji. You paid them for the license, you're paying for support. So Fuji would have been obligated to provide the software. The hardware belongs to the client, but the software, that's Fuji's responsibility. If the drive was dead, you'd be screwed because getting the software in config again, you get on the phone to Fuji.
Oh, does actually still trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I had it in my head that Fujifilm had gone out of business. Like, the total entity had gone out of business.
Oh, that would have been interesting considering the client bought a license this year for this machine. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, excellent. This has been a conversation in English.
It has.
And a conversation in Fujifilm.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this stream. I think this was a good thing.
Give me your Fuji colour.
Yeah, it was a simple problem, but I'm kind of happy to have got this fixed. I think this was an interesting dive into a uncommon computer, and we looked at some motherboards and stuff like that. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week with something else.
More things.
Yeah.
Stuff. Thank you for being here.
And things. Yeah.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Au revoir.